What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're hopping on what I assume is an indie horror game, bro. Shout out to the developer, Somber Games, publisher, Caspian Born Publishing, all that good stuff. Actually, a little bit of a, I guess you could say like a sidebar, I guess you could say. The only reason, right, that I even know this game exists is because somebody hit me up in my email, right? I guess I'll like show like it on the screen a little bit. Somebody hit me up in my email and was like, hey, I just played this game. It's fire. You should play it. And I was like, whatever, bro. And then I bought it. I bought it like the same day. And then I was like, I literally sent them a screenshot and was like, soon. Like I tend to do when someone tells me, hey, this game is cool, you should play it. I tend to just buy it, send a screenshot that I bought it, and just reply soon. Soon can be whenever. I sent that message on April 30th. It is now the 17th of May. They're probably like, hey, is this nigga gonna play the game or what? We're here, bro. Shout out to Jared. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce your name. My apologies. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the person who hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I assume they're a fan. Maybe they're like a friend of the dev. I don't know. I didn't bother to ask. I just was like, all right, I'll take your word for it, bro. Because that's how easy it is, apparently, for me to play a game on the channel. Just be like, play it, and I'll just play it, I guess. But anyways, yeah. So we're playing a game called Pink Noise. I'm literally just gonna read this little description right here. Y'all can. I mean, I didn't pause the video like 60 billion times, and it just keeps playing for some reason. Anyways, let's read the description real quick, and we're literally just gonna hop right into the game. Look at this, bro. Look at this. I literally just paused it. I literally just paused it. Pink Noise is a non-linear visual novel in the psychological horror genre, immersing you in the retro atmosphere of the 90s. It tells the tale of a group of teenagers who unknowingly set off a chain of terrifying events. What secret lies within the mysterious VHS tape they should have never played? So basically what I'm getting from that, right, and again, haven't played the game yet. Also, this is episodic, so there are different episodes. As far as I know, only episode 1 is out right now, and it's like an hour or so, something like that. But it's a visual novel, so we'll be fine. Basically, what I got from that is it's Telltale-esque, right? Maybe the decisions matter more in this game than it does in Telltale's, because you can make decisions in Telltale that literally don't matter at all. And you wouldn't know that until later on, obviously. And it's mixed with like, I don't know, Jumanji, bro, because that's basically what happened with Jumanji. They found the original one. I never watched the remake with, I think it was The Rock and Kevin Hart. I never watched it. But I watched the original one like maybe 3 times when I was a kid. They went to like an attic, and it was like they came across a what do you call it? Like a board game, literally called Jumanji. And they started to play it, and then they was like, all right, I'm done. Because weird stuff was happening. Turns out that what happens in the game happens in real life, bro. And the only way to stop it is to complete the game, bro. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Maybe the only way to stop the weird stuff from happening here. Look at, bro, what a Nintendo's what's that? Original Nintendo, bro. Why is the video still playing? Dang, look how many we. Anyways, yeah. He made me lose my train of thought. Let's just get into the video, bro. What am I talking about? Jeez. Yeah, bro. Y'all get to see my forehead today. It is hot as shit in this room, bro. I don't know why the air is not working properly, bro. It's literally blowing from the vent. I got like a vent, the ceiling coming down. It's literally blowing in, bro. This shit going on. Look at bro. Look at bro. Fuck. PUG. Huh? Anyways, that side of the room is always cold. This side of the room is always hot. There's a window right here. I'm assuming that the cold air is just leaking outside. We had to figure that out. Right, I had to get some caulk and caulk the window seal and all that good stuff. Anyways, y'all get to see my hair today. I don't even care. I ain't picking my hair out, no nothing, bro, because I can't find a pick. English, borderless window, screen brightness, all that good stuff, text speed, auto delay, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure there is what's the word? What does this do? Pugs collection. What? I don't know what that means. New game. There is voice acting, is what I was trying to say. I think. Oh my goodness. Along shady alleys. So it's Act 1, the first tape? Alright. That's voice acting, so I don't gotta talk as much. I can enjoy it as much as I can. As much as I will. I feel weird not having my right? And then like my hair is like not like picked out or nothing, bro. I guess I gotta be the narrator. Fall comes to Riverwood with chilling winds and the first drizzle. Move the mouse. A bleak mist obscures the narrow streets, clinging to the rooftops, tangling in the bushes, and swirling around fields. Okay. Fog and murky blackness suit the peculiar suburb, nestled amid the forests and mountains. It's a decaying, quiet place waiting for winter. Damn, Dev, you need to be a writer, bro. As the evening wears on, the town is wrapped in thickening twilight, with only a few... I'm going to assume this is them I'm hearing walk. With only a few streetlights serving as solitary islands. Solitary? Solitary islands of illumination in an ocean of darkness. On one such evening, ordinary and cold, 4 teenagers are strolling around an old park, engrossed in a lively discussion. I assume they're about to start talking. Real quick, one thing I do kind of want to know is, because they don't mention it like in the description. Maybe they did like lower down in the like about this game, but I didn't want to like spoil the game for myself because this is a narrative game, right? One thing I was wondering though is like, how did they get the tape? Like, where did they go to get said tape? Because they make it seem like they just come around, like they just come across it. Like, is it just on the street? Let's find out. The first fallen leaves rustle underfoot as the wind reaches the trees. Their branches ground out along plaintive creek, as if already lamenting the loss of their motley attire. The fact that I knew what motley was, despite the fact that it is a word that is rarely ever used, is crazy. 2 of the teenagers, a tall boy and a fair-haired girl, walk hand in hand. Their friend carefully hops from one paved slab to the next, balancing as though a bottomless chasm might yawn open beneath them. A quiet, stooping boy in glasses trail behind them. I believe this is this dude right here, because in the screenshots and in the videos, he had an afro. Casting glances at the road, ahead the street splits in 2, then veers sharply out towards a waistline. Just a half-century before, a tiny school stood there, not only a barely discernible foundation and heaps of broken brick choked by stubborn vines remained to remind them of its erstwhile existence. I don't even know if I said that word right. I've never seen that word before, bro. And I like to like pride myself on being like somewhat like English literate. Year by year, students have taken that path, carrying with them their thoughts and fears, high hopes and grand dreams. From tough exams and first crushes to bully bonks on their head, or simply yearning to be the star player of a local team. Bully bonks is crazy, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. There aren't too many examples of like actual bullying that I can attest to growing up in school. There was a couple, like when I was younger, but realistically speaking, bro, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood, bro. If a nigga was bullying you, it was a fight happening, bro. Like it was, there was no way around it, bro. If someone was bullying you, there's a good chance a fight was happening that day. There wasn't really too much bullying going on when I was coming up in school. At least not to my knowledge, right? People could have been getting bullied and they just weren't around me for me to know, right? I'm not going to sit here and say it didn't exist. I just never actually experienced it. Or seen it happen to other people. And I try not to bully myself because, you know, fuck I need to bully for it, bro. Everybody be cool and we all chill. That's what I've always been on. Be it aglow in autumn gold, cloaked in verdant summer green, or blanketed beneath snowdrifts, Riverwood will never forget them. Just as they'll never forget their town and its secrets. The older a place grows, the more mysterious the mysteries it keeps locked away. This is reminding me of and I was gonna say it earlier. This is reminding me of It, right? I know a lot of you probably watch the TV shows, right? Especially the more recent one. And a lot of you probably watch the movies. I've never seen any of that. I've never even seen the old movies, the old TV shows. I've never seen any of that. The only thing that I have experienced from It is the book, right? Like straight the source, the book. And when I was reading the book, this is kind of how it gave off, especially early on. Anyways, one of the girls leaped into the distorted blur of light cast by an old street lamp. Here we go.
Ain't gonna catch me.
Wait, who is it? Are you Eva? Eva? I'm gonna call you Eva. Eva wipes shadowy webs off her cardigan, gossamer threads only she can perceive. She glances at the. I hate that, bro. I hate when I'm walking and a random ass spider web is, and then it's in my face, bro. And it's like everybody else is looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with yo? And I'm like, bro, it's a spider web, and can't nobody see it, obviously. But like, I feel it. I know it's there, but I can't get it. I got big hands, bro. I hate that. I hate walking to the spider webs with a passion, bro. And then it always feels like it's like sand. It always feels like you didn't get it all. I feel you, Eva. She glances at the overgrown bushes, which have long since forgotten the tender care of gardening shears.
No chow time tonight, besties.
Okay. What does that mean? The other girl scoffs at her friend's silly gestures.
If Brian was as agile as you, we wouldn't have been stuck in school after dark. The chemistry room's never been so tidy.
I just noticed everybody else is dressed relatively normal. She got this fucking Puritan what do we call it, bro? Like fucking pilgrim ass. like what's going on here? Why she dressed like that? She dressed like she in the like fucking 1850s. Anyways, maybe this is what they wore in the 90s. I don't know. I wasn't, like I said, I was born in 99, bro. She already said it. Dev, if you need like a reader, right, for the narration, let me know, bro. I do it for you, so that future niggas ain't gotta read this. Anyways, I don't mind. She wrinkles her fingers to demonstrate, her palms red and wrinkled from the hot water.
It's not my fault Mrs. Hopstone didn't save enough teeth to avoid spitting and lisping. Besides, she should have explained it better. The bottle must have been left open.
What are we talking about? It's not my fault that Mr. Hopstone didn't save enough. I'm assuming they're going to explain.
Actually, she explained just fine, but you still put 3 chlorine tablets in the rubbing alcohol instead of 1. Surprise, surprise, the reaction was extreme.
So this is Michael, right? I already forgot your name, but this is the dude who was just talking. This is Eva. I forgot your name too. I forgot your name already. Listen, we'll learn it. Especially since there's supposed to be like 5 episodes or something like that, eventually. Also, they just explained it, and so they were in science class, and he f***ed up because he probably wasn't paying attention. He's probably sending her a text message talking about some what we finna do after school. He wasn't paying attention. The nigga threw 3 chlorine tablets. He probably over there looking, laughing hard as fuck, right? Hitting his vape pen, and she probably was, I don't know. She's probably walking around the class, fucking talking to people.
Yeah, that bang was something else. My left ear's still ringing.
I'm telling you, bro, he was not paying attention. But the fact that she was in the class tells me he probably wasn't sending a text message. Also, it's the 90s. I don't know if flip phones were like readily available in the 90s. Eva stops, hovering in a faint halo of light, and nods. She's never been reprimanded at school before today, sorry. Sure, she would have been way more upset if it hadn't been Brian's fault, but still. Sure, she would have been way more upset if it, okay. So she's not as mad because it's Brian's fault. Also, this is Brian. Okay, what is your name again? It's just another adventure. Something her and her friends will laugh about one day. And a happy memory is worth more than any reprimand, especially when her parents will probably forget about tomorrow. And then they called your parents, bro. First and foremost, he didn't say all right. He said all right, Brian, stick to the script. He raises his hands apologetically.
Next time we team up, I won't let you down. I'll put in 2 chlorine tablets.
Yeah, bro. Follow. Literally, all you gotta do is follow the instructions, bro. If the teacher said 2, put 2. Don't put 3. That's how dangerous shit happen. Anyways, the group passes a row of houses as dissimilar to one another as it ever possible in a suburb. This is a suburb? First one, who is this? And this is a suburb looking like this, nigga? What does the hood look like? The time-worn house's windows glow faintly in sepia tones, as though the light itself has aged and can no longer disperse the deepening darkness. I think sepia is like orange, so like this color. I'm just now noticing that like it's not static, it's dynamic. Shit is actually moving. The buildings they pass seem to be contending for the greatest neglect. Every other resident would have considered an eccentric in any other town. Every other resident would be considered an eccentric in any other town. Okay, I see what they're saying. They're talking about the houses. Okay, I was confused. For instance, Raybone has leaned on the rusty mower on his front stoop instead of a cane for 2 decades. Okay. The abandoned duplex across the road still bears the scars of a long forgotten fire. This one. What the fuck? Its windows are boarded up. Even during the day, it has a miserable look. The teens, keep their distance.
Oh, Miss Harvitz's house.
Oh, so this is somebody's actual house. Okay. I mean, the light is on, I guess. The gloomy old lady had knitted yet another pear-shaped cat and proudly displayed it on the terrace, thus expanding her ugly army. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was not thinking of pears at all. I was thinking of the poop emoji, bro, honestly.
Right. You had a cup of tea together. Did baby Tony apologize?
Who was Tony? Once Eva's brother had filched one of the cats and taken it home. I'm assuming filched mean stolen, borrowed, maybe. Neither of their parents had called any attention to it, so she'd had to explain herself that taking other people's belongings without permission was wrong. Neither of her parents had. So her brother stole some shit literally from a neighbor off of her property. Her parents, I'm assuming, found out and was like, whatever, fuck her. And so they left it to Eva for some reason to tell bro you shouldn't be stealing. Fuck kind of parents Eva got, bro.
No, I was the one to apologize. Miss Harvitz didn't say a word. She only gave us a cold stare and sniffed loudly. She scared poor Tony so much that he couldn't fall asleep for half a night.
Yeah, well, you know. Put your big boy pants on, bro. Tony, stop stealing shit.
You have such a giving heart when it comes to your brother. You might be raising a hell of a night. Why in the world would he want to snatch a cat, though?
That's what I'm saying, especially since I thought these were like made out of stone. Even though they're like bobbing back and forth, I thought they were made out of stone. So in my mind, I'm thinking like little brother, right? She's probably like 13, so her little brother probably like what, 7 or some shit. I'm like, how is he picking this up? But they did say knit, so.
He came, he saw, he took it home.
So like, is the lady not worried about when it rains, right? Because it's foggy. So I imagine it probably does rain a decent amount here. If she knitted these, then when they get wet, what happens? There's no need to tell her friends that Tony had intended to give Eva the cat. He knew she wanted a pet more than anything in the world. He thought he could cheer her up with at least a toy one. Okay, Tony, I see you. Never mind, Tony. Your heart was in the right place. We don't steal, though. Right? Unless we're on some Robin Hood type. He never taken anything that didn't belong to him before. Not out of fear of getting caught or punished. He simply found stealing shameful. Listen, bro. Your reasoning for why you don't steal doesn't matter. As long as you don't steal. It's good enough. Tony would sooner give away his breakfast than steal something from someone weaker than him. No doubt that kind of attitude will make school harder for him. But such is his nature. Nah, bro, that means you gonna have some actual, or I hope that you would have actual friends, and I will hope that you wouldn't run into someone who would take advantage of you, Tony. You gonna have a rough life indeed, especially in school, because some niggas are gonna want to take advantage of you, some niggas is gonna really be with you, bro. Especially when you got like an attitude like that, right? That's a good dude. Hopefully don't nobody corrupt his ass. Contemplating her brother's heart of gold, Emma smiled softly. Heart of gold is definitely what I would call it, yeah. They passed by Mrs. Harvitz's terrace, curiously eyeing her odd dolls. Twilight makes the cat's silhouettes look eerie. Their pearl-button eyes glimmer in the fading light as if they know secrets that have been buried too long. Yeah, well, some of them are literally missing eyes. Some of them, the eye is literally like is what's that? 2 pieces of yarn. His shit is falling out.
If I go crazy one day, I'm gonna definitely buy a nice crib close to the park. The neighbors here match me perfectly.
Come on, Brian, bro.
Yeah, I can't stand this street. It's like it's lost in time and space. How about we head through the square?
I mean, if it makes you feel safer, by all means, bro. No one protests, so she leads them onward, sweeping into the nearest alley. Okay. So you want to go to the square by going through a potentially dangerous-ass alley. A gust of wind bursts through the narrow walkway, permeating the air with the stench of raw wooden planks and rotting garbage. That is disgusting, bro. I'm sitting here thinking they living in like an idyllic-ass town, bro. They talking about the suburbs and shit. Nope, this is literally damn near the hood, bro. And what's crazy is that, remember when I referenced it earlier in the books? There were sections of the city that kind of look like this, bro. The house in the alley look like they've been copy and pasted. They were likely been built at the same time to house factory workers. I see what they're saying. They were built around the same time, and factory workers were buying them back in the G, I guess, back in the day. The only thing that differs is the light in the windows, on or off, making it clear whose shift it is tonight. So there are people in all of these houses. I thought that like the house with the cats was like the only inhabited one, and then the one with the nigga, but the one in the middle I thought was just abandoned. 2 Christmases before, Brian got beat up here. Some high school students apparently didn't appreciate his sharp tongue. Wait, which one is Brian? I don't remember which one Brian is. I think Brian is the one with the afro, right? Brian, you can't be talking shit, bro. They shoved him into the snowbank and packed snow under his sweater. But the most humiliating part was a neighbor kicking them all out. She came out onto the doorstep with one of Brian's classmates, a cute but overly chatty girl. By the very next day, the whole school had heard the story about him shaking snow out of his pants and whimpering like a puppy. Okay, because I was definitely like, well, why are you embarrassed? No one knew but the lady. You would have preferred being rolled into a giant snowman and left there like that until spring. I ain't gonna lie, Brian, you gotta get it back in blood, bro. You need to go swing on them niggas, because ain't no way, Brian. Brian adjusts the backpack full of baseball equipment, which has crawled down his shoulder, and walks up to Ashley.
I'm so fed up with this stupid school. All these teachers, homework, tests.
Wait, Brian, you play baseball? I did not get that from you, Brian. I thought you were like a nerd, bro. No offense, right? Because I was kind of a nerd, but I was also playing sports.
But the year just started.
That only makes me want to study even less. There's nothing worse than coming back to school after summer.
Or maybe this is Brian. Listen, bro, it's gonna take a minute for me to get names, bro. We gonna get it eventually. I swear I thought this was Brian, bro. I need to write the name down or something, bro. I'm not used to like narratives. It's been a minute, bro. He jumps over a puddle and takes Ashley's hand.
It's like wearing old trainers
This is
you've
Brian.
already grown out of. Can't wait for college. When I start working, I'll buy real catcher's gear. Or at least a better glove.
Okay, cool. Because you definitely already gave me off like you play sports. You give me like maybe musical genius type nigga, bro. For sure, heavily into like his schoolwork. She give me like, I don't know, bro. I don't know yet. She definitely give me off like all she care about is Brian. And then she's like the girl next door type, you know what I'm saying? Super duper happy, cheerful, you know what I'm saying? All around fucking happy person. His palms still hurt from Friday's practice session. The equipment donated to their team left much to be desired.
Better buy a slugger straight away. It'll pay off much sooner. Best case scenario, you can be a bouncer at a bar.
That's fair, but also, why is she talking like that to my man's Brian? All right, you need like, this is your nigga. You need to believe in him. How she laughs at his childishness. Brian doesn't get the complexity of the word at all. Why is that? So he has a dream, and she does not believe in his dream for some reason. Huh? Why is that so wrong? He want to go to the MLB, bro. Let him dream. He might make it, bro.
Dad says a good job like his is hard to find without higher education.
Okay. Ashley grabs her Leo Zodiac pendant. It's her nervous habit, something she does when she says something important. It calms her. Okay.
College is just another place to study.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that from Eva, but okay.
This world's too cruel. Illness, starvation, school.
Amen to that, Brian, bro.
I like school though.
I told you, I'm like, this nigga, your name is Michael. This nigga Mike, he gave me like nigga who likes school. Nothing wrong with that, bro. I knew plenty of people who love school. Never any males though, there's always females. Every time I met a person who was like cheery and happy to be at school, it was always a girl. And it only ever happened in high school. I've never met someone who really liked school before high school. And again, it was always a girl. It was never a dude who was like, I can't wait to go to math class today. It was always a girl. Michael tries to squeeze into the conversation. All along, he's been trailing behind the others, glancing suspiciously at parked pickups as if they might bite. He hasn't kept up with his friends since he noticed 2 silhouettes in an old Ford. Huh? 1 female, 1 male. Huh? The mutilated faces stare back at him. I'm not gonna lie, that caught me a little bit. Cause I'm sitting here like, where the fuck is the bodies? He could have sworn he heard a hoarse gurgling whisper. The garbled words sank into his skin like windshield fragments, making his chest constrict like his ribs were breaking. Every breath pained him like his lungs were pulling with blood. Then a light had flashed over one of the doorsteps, dispersing the blackness. Suddenly, both seats were empty again, and a strange vision turned into nothing but a local flour mill uniform hanging from a... I don't even see that. From a grab handle. Oh, right here? Okay. Michael wipes the sweat from his forehead and listens carefully to his friends.
Of course. I'd love school too if I had your scores, Mikey.
I told you, nigga, get at schoolwork. So, did that actually happen? Like, in the past? Like, he saw that? Or is he, like, just tripping? He hallucinating for some reason. Let me know.
Exactly.
She's smiling hard as shit. Agreeing, Brian quickly squeezes Ashley's hand.
Maybe I should wear glasses too. Sounds like homework doesn't look so boring through them.
That's not how that works, Brian. I'm starting to understand why Ashley sees you the way she sees you, bro. Your ass is literally a jock, bro. A nigga who's good at sports, and that's it. That's it. That's all they do, bro. They walk by the Murdoch's front garden and onto a street flooded with a pink and blue neon store sign.
You'd better stop complaining. We only have 3 years of school left. Just imagine. Life's gonna be completely different afterward. We might even lose touch.
What was I about to say? Okay, so they're freshmen in high school, or it depends on what she means by 3 years. Because if she's counting the year that they're in, then they're sophomores. If she's not counting the year they're in, they're freshmen. Also, they're not lying, bro. Somebody told me that it's kind of abnormal for people to like keep up with like their friends from school, and I found that strange because here it's commonplace, right? I still be talking to my middle school homies, bro, and I'm 27, so we ain't been in school together since and I'm talking about middle school homies that like I left middle school, never seen them again in school, because we all went to different high schools, but we still, you know what I'm saying, text each other and all that good stuff. To Eva, the idea of moving away feels like teleporting to an unfamiliar planet. So many new people, places, and interesting stories. That's kind of the point. She hadn't even fully explored Riverwood yet. In her mind, the town's old houses and old residents still harbor so many secrets, enigmatic and dark. You also don't have to leave your hometown. You can stay. There are plenty of... Most people stay in their hometown. Because otherwise, there would be... Most towns would be fucking empty. Or most towns would have people who were not born there, right? In comparison, some unknown huge city feels like a bottomless well, impossible to fully drain even if you had 100 years. In a future like that, it would be hard to make time for anything from the past. But she doesn't plan to forget her loved ones forever.
If friendship's real, distance means nothing. My dad calls his friends from other states every single day.
Okay, now every day is crazy. All right, your dad, he lonely. He probably tired of your mom or something. I don't know. Y'all annoying him, bro, because that's crazy. But like I can understand like maybe once a week or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's still too much for me. But like maybe once a week I can understand. Also, what's this right here? I thought are these people? She's tempted to add that they mainly have business conversations and argue often. Oh, well, that's different. But they don't need to know that. They ain't even his friends. That's even worse. In her mind, her parents are role models everyone should strive to imitate. Not just her and her brother. Okay. I mean, it's nothing really wrong with like looking up to your parents. So I'm not mad at that. There isn't a single family in the entire town happier or more close-knit than Ashley's. And that's nothing but the truth. Okay.
Well, a couple of cornfields and state borders ain't enough to break you up.
Couple of cornfields and state borders ain't nothing. Okay.
What the hell do Ashley's dad, your love, and cornfields have in common? Look around.
Right. But I mean, like, bro, we know he ain't that smart, bro. Okay. he's not the brains of the group. Eva stops and points towards the house swaying in the darkness.
Is there anything really
chapstick
happening
on
up
me?
here? Crunk Jim driving his tractor into a ravine was practically the only breaking news here in 6 months.
Well, adulthood is a real challenge. People grow up, then they start to feel sorry that time flew by so fast, and they want to experience school life again.
If you live in a life like that, you kind of live in a sad life, I'm not gonna lie to you. But also, I mean, if you miss a school life, just go to college. You can literally go to college as many times as you want to, as long as you got the money. And as long as they ain't like kick you out for like cheating or something like that. You can go to college like a billion times, my guy. As long as you got the time to do it and the money, no one cares. You can go get you can go get like 60 degrees, bro. No one's stopping you. She paused, searching for the right words. Also, I mean, you know what I'm saying, when you go to college, you can technically have a major and a minor. I don't know if you can get a diploma for anything other than your major, right? Because if you have a major and a minor, because I've never had like a major and a minor. I just went and had a major, which was cybersecurity. I don't know if you can graduate and get a diploma for your minor, because I feel like for it to be your minor, you're like not really taking it all that serious. You're kind of just doing the classes. I don't know, because I didn't take that route. I don't know. Someone else would be better off telling you about that. Random tangent aside that literally gave y'all no knowledge. Quoting someone else is one thing, but she will soon regret those bygone days herself. Wait, what? After all, Eva already recalls her early childhood with nostalgic warmth. Back then, every little thing felt like it was brimming with wonder. Now a doll is no longer a sorceress princess or a traveler from a faraway world. A toy soldier is just a piece of plastic, and a blanket no longer serves as a battlefield for alien creatures. That's crazy, bro, because back in the day, niggas used to really play with toys, bro. Nowadays, I look at a toy like, fuck is this, bro? Get your shit out of here. But yeah, bro, I used to get in trouble for my toys all on the floor and all sorts of shit, bro. Back in the day, G.I. Joes, all that. Little green men. Wrestlers, cars. Man, I used to love Hot Wheels. Making stories up for remote control planes and helicopters, man. Every Christmas I used to ask for one. Making stories up for others is simple, but how are you supposed to fix yourself? Maybe the older you get, the duller and more colorless the world becomes.
It's like going back to a fairy tale you weren't grateful enough for earlier.
There is truth to the last statement that was said.
They're just nice words, nothing more. Bring adults back to the textbooks, and they'll howl all day. I don't remember any fairy tales where the characters were forced to read Walt Whitman's poetry. What about you, Michael?
That's fair. That's fair, Brian. I mean, I'm clicking. Want me to click Walt Whitman? Oh, a legendary 19th century American poet who celebrates the freedom, nature, and the lives of ordinary people. Best known for his collection Leaves of Grass. Okay. I mean, I'm clicking. What the fuck you want me to do?
Me either.
What the? Huh? What was that? We not gonna talk about that? The friends stroll from one store to. I'm recording. Thank God. The friends stroll from one store to the next, looking at the flickering. Because if it did, I swear to goodness, bro, y'all not getting this video. I would have just canceled this shit and just kept playing. We too far in for me to sit here and pretend like I ain't just sit here and play like 30 minutes of this shit. Up close, they no longer seem bright and cheerful. They look rather ramshackle and not a place in the dilapidated suburbs. The French store. Okay.
Let's go home, okay? Dad's on a shift today, but if he comes back to grab a bite to eat and I ain't there...
Ass whooping, boy. Brian scratches his neck and sticks out his tongue. Ashley laughs and punches him in the shoulder. Michael, trailing behind everyone, suddenly stops and looks at the only sign that still sparkles as brightly and cheerful as the day it was hung.
The arcade's open! I doubt there's anyone there this late. We can play S-Fighter.
Right, keyword this late, bro. It look, it's about 8 o'clock at night, and he just said that if he go home late, it's problems. Usually calm and quiet, he now blossoms. Behind his thick glasses, his eyes shine with passion. He like games, bro.
Totally. No stupid helpers, suckers, or high school jerks.
Wait, but I thought y'all were in high school, because she said y'all had 3 days. Y'all talking about high school as if y'all like looking in from the outside. If you're in middle school, you don't say 3 years, nigga. You got like 7. The boys lean against the dusty window, as happy as if they were meeting their idols. Assuming you go all the way and graduate from high school, you got about 7. If you're in the 6th grade, you got 7 years, because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 7. The girl's only snoring irritation. This is for sure me and my homies back in the G, bro. Not like for arcades, because I don't think I've ever actually seen an arcade outside of like maybe Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, shit like that. Like at like a GameStop.
What? Suddenly you're not gonna run back to your crib to avoid daddy's shellacking?
I mean, I quite literally just said that. Also, like Walmart. Back in the day, you could go to like a Walmart and like play like same in GameStop. You can go and play like, if you go to like the electronics section, you could literally just sit there and play like Madden, 2K, whatever the fuck they had out.
I'll risk it. There's always a chance Dad'll kick you in the head. But the chance to throw Hadoukens and not wait in a freaking line for the game, now that's rare.
They don't need me to click this, right? Because I already know what this is. Fucking Street Fighter ass reference, bro. Iconic energy attack from the game Street Fighter. I knew that, bro. As soon as he said S Fighter, I was like,
It takes so little to make them happy, doesn't it?
right, and it make you mad, don't it? Ashley glances at her friend.
Let him play. By the way, did you hear about the arcade machine that appears in the hall by itself?
Is this a reference to like the MK Ultra type shit? Ashley rolls her eyes. Eva's fantasies and reality have little in common. Her friend refuses to grow up. In her world, even a tattered old shoe might open its jaws and spin some ridiculous yarn. And that's exactly why Ashley adores Eva. She is incredibly different from Ashley's overly rational parents. And from Ashley too. Okay, so she grew up with like visionary parents. She grew up with like corporate fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what her dad does specifically. I feel like she said it, maybe she didn't. But she did, but the narrator, me, did say that her parents' friends, her dad's friends call and they mainly talk about business and they argue. So he's in the corporate space to some degree. So yeah, they're like opposites. These two niggas is obviously opposites. It's crazy because if you put these two niggas together, you literally would get me. You know what I'm saying? You had a nigga who was like really good at like his schoolwork, but a nigga who also really loves sports, still to this day. If you combine these two, and then I'm black, so and then I always had like hella hair. So if you combine these two, you literally would vibe from like 10 years ago. Well, no, it would be like 14 years ago, because 10 years ago would have been when I graduated, I think. No, 10 years ago would have been 11th grade. I would have been a junior. With her getting bored is an impossible mission. With her, getting bored is an impossible mission. Even if they were both locked in an empty basement, Eva would still manage to discover something fascinating there. She pulled Ashley in and get her in trouble again. They giggle about it later. Okay, so Eva is the one. Okay, I mean, yeah. Like I said, she's a very happy person. But Eva doesn't need to know that. It's like anyone can stop her. It isn't like anyone can stop her anyway. Yeah, bro, she's, like I said.
You start playing and can't stop. The game never ends. It's impossible. But you try over and over again. Forgetting about eating or even going to the bathroom. Over and over again. Not thinking of your parents and friends. Over and over again until...
Eva. I'm gonna be real with you. If you have a problem like that with video games, you need to stop, bro. Because what are you talking about?
Until you run out of your allowance, can't afford breakfast, and stay hangry for the rest of the week because you're dumb.
You kind of are dumb if you wasting all your money on that. Also, I forgot, we're at the arcade. In my mind, I'm sitting here thinking about like people who play games at home. And I'd seen one of the screenshots. Nigga had a Nintendo. So somebody got some games at home. But even so, you know what I'm saying? If you willing to starve because you want to go play a video game, you wildin'. Michael peels away from the glass and adjusts his lopsided glasses.
Well, that doesn't sound so scary if you got no allowance to begin with. Want to go in or what?
Michael, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You need to tuck your shirt, bro. You got a button up and you just letting your shit hang willy-nilly. It's crazy.
Gosh, they're looking at us like dogs staring at a steak.
You might as well should have just had on a t-shirt for all that, bro. Ashley waves her hand authoritatively.
It's creepy to go home when it's so dark out. But if you win 100 tickets, me and Eva are gonna pick a prize.
I didn't agree to that. You can take fucking what's the name shit? Leave me alone. Loading. Oh shit, Act 2. Okay. It's high time for games. Okay. The spacious room is somehow stuffy, permeating with the stench of Hot plastic unsuccessfully covered up by the pungent berry air freshener. That sounds fucking disgusting, bro.
Smells like wasted time.
Back to the Future, Jaws, AC/DC. What does that say? Planes 4? Cosmo Planes. This is Space Invader. I don't know if this is supposed to be like Mario. I'm not sure.
As if. The shack smells nothing like school.
The clamor of screensavers and demo walkthroughs meld into a terrible cacophony. I'm not entirely sure what that word means, but I've seen it before. No wonder the zoned out cashier has shielded himself from it with a set of greasy cushioned headphones. How come like every time they like to pick a motherfucker who's working at like a place like this, right? They're always unhappy. Motherfucker, you in like one of the happiest places possible. If you don't want to fucking work here, leave. I've never gone to GameStop and like, and I'm sure other people have different experiences. I've never gone to GameStop and a nigga was like on some like McDonald's cashier type shit. Like I've never had that happen. I'm not saying they were like extremely happy, but like they were like, you know what I'm saying? Standard. This nigga looked like he finna yell at us immediately. However, one ad stands out. If you beat a record, you can win tickets and exchange them for prizes. Such generosity was easily explained. With the start of the school year, kids have a bit more cash in their pockets than usual. Is that a thing? There's no one inside except the cashier, yet the floor is peppered with trash from crumbled soda cans to chocolate bar wrappers. People sending their kids to school on like the first day with hella money? Why? I know you come to school fresh, like the first, you know what I'm saying, week or whatever, but like money? The only reason you would come to school with money is if it was like if you had one of those schools where you could buy like specialty lunches. Like my school, for example, we had Chick-fil-A. I want to say it was every Tuesday and Thursday. Chick-fil-A would come and you could buy a sandwich, drink, and some fucking waffle fries. That, if you were one of those people where for some reason the state was like, hey, your parents make too much money, you got to pay for lunch, that's another reason. Or like you intended on going to like the corner store or something like that. There's no other real reason that you would come to school with money like that. The hall is packed with all sorts of arcade machines, each game's name glowing invitingly. That's how they get you, bro. Clips of characters deliberately failing to beat different levels flash on the screen over and over. That's how they get you. That's how they get you, bro. That's how phone ads are nowadays. They show an ad of a nigga like failing to do an easy, simple ass task over and over and over again. And the intention is that you'll see that, you'll be like, how the fuck can he not beat this easy ass level? Let me download it. Let me see. And they don't be getting me, bro. I'm like, bro, he just asked at the game. I don't care. The boys start searching for the most interesting game. This is supposed to be Donkey Kong. I get to choose. Let's play Donkey Kong. Monkey King, an arcade golden oldie. The game mechanic is ancient and in poor condition. The sun barely even flickers anymore. One of the buttons is cracked. Okay. Oh, you want me to cook them all? Okay. S-Fighter, the best game the hall has ever seen. Kyu and Rin are frozen on the signboard, ready to jump each other. The floor around the arcade machine is brightly polished, worn down by student sneakers. Okay, and then we got this one. La Laga. This was one of the most famous games. Now this veteran arcade cabinet is only used while the others are busy, or when a couple of truly insane nerds try and fail to break the records of someone named Lily and Rat once or twice a month. I'm not entirely sure what game this is supposed to be. What do you want me to do?
It's over here.
Temporary out of order. No cashier cannot fix it. The boys run to the machine. This nigga Ryu got a fucking like he got on like slip-ons, bro. I like how they changed Ryu just enough, but Ken looks like almost damn near 1-for-1. Oh, I'm sorry, Ren and Kyu. It hasn't been wrecked the same way some of its time-worn neighbors have. Even so, the buttons and plastic casing bear scruffs, cracks, and grubby marks left by countless kids' hands. I guess that is something that you would have to like worry about going to like arcades, because I've never had this experience because I didn't grow up in like the 90s or the 80s or anything like that. I grew up in the 2000s, and by the time I was like into games, arcades weren't even a thing anymore. And you know, I grew up in Baltimore. I don't think there was ever really any arcades like that, like growing up, like even in like the early 2000s, but I wouldn't know because I was a kid, so like I wouldn't have known. I'd have been like 5 years old probably about when the last arcade was fucking around. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's like arcades nowadays. I'll look some up maybe. But yeah, like it never really occurred to me that yeah, you would go to play a game and it would be dirty as shit. Because even at like Chuck E. Cheese, I didn't really experience shit like that. And Dave and Buster's, I only went to like twice ever. Most recently, I went like a year ago. First of all, instead of some thrilling music, the machine is emitting only a hoary wheeze, like an old man struggling to clear his throat and instead pushing a death rattle out his rusty lungs. Ooh. Sound like a nigga who's been smoking Newport 100s for like 40 years. A piece of cardboard with a blood-curdling inscription is stuck on the screen. It's only blood-curdling because we're kids and we really wanted to play this shit. Temporary out of order, no cashier, can I fix it?
God, where is your justice?
Who's the god of computer nerds? The monkey holding the barrel?
Who would be the god of video games? Maybe like the god of thunder, like Thor, I guess? I don't know. I mean, they need electricity, I guess. The various gods of electricity, I guess, would be they would tend to video game prayers, I guess. Brian grumbles something in response, and Michael just shrugs.
A technician's coming, but not till at least next Tuesday. So y'all need to choose some other game. Try Road Blasters. It's the freshest here.
I'm sorry I talked about you earlier, bro. You had a grumpy ass look on your face. I thought you was a bitch, bro. You seem to be cool. All right, let's go play Road Blasters, whatever that is. Cashier points at the brand new arcade game displaying a car blowing up and drowning in a fiery pixelated cloud. Is this supposed to be like Mario Kart?
Dang it!
Michael's voice trembles. He seldom lets himself betray such emotion, but Brian has his back.
What else have you got, other than cars?
All that and a bag of chips. If you're ranking the top 5 of Pumpkin Man, I'll give you a double prize.
I fucks with you, Cashier. You kind of cool, bro. Is this TMNT? I can't tell what this one is, but this is for sure. That looks like either Michael. That's either Michelangelo or Raphael. He nods towards the counter.
Aye, no one really plays this trash. We've got a real shot at setting a record.
So are you like the owner? Cause like, what kind of shit is that? You just making up random rules? Random ass cat. A gray cat lounging on the chair next to another machine catches the girl's attention. 4 letters shine on her pink collar. Lucy.
So sweet.
Pet the cat? Do I have to? If it's one thing I know, certain cats don't like to be touched, bruh. The cat flattens her ears and grumbles.
I bet you $5 she doesn't remember how clean hands with no cheese ball dust on them feel.
Probably.
She kinda looks like the cat Mom was trying to paint last month.
Your mom is a painter? That kind of tracks, honestly.
Let me guess. The cat in the painting had mandibles and a pair of tentacles.
I wish. She was just in the background. Mom paints people. You know how it is.
I mean, yeah. She's still a visionary though, because she's a painter, so she's a visionary is the best way I can explain it. You know what I'm saying? It explains why Eva is the way that she is. As she knows, she wishes she didn't though. Those paintings are why she prefers inviting Eva over rather than visiting her. Well, one of the reasons anyway. They had a slumber party at Eva's place twice. Both nights, Ashley had been plagued by nightmares. Was it pictures? The root cause was a few masterpieces Eva's mom considered her favorites. Compared to those monstrosities, plain old horror movies were practically bright cherry cartoons. I mean, oh, so they're literally playing Pac-Man. Meanwhile, the boys approached the coin-operated Pumpkin Man machine. Instead of usual Mr. or Mrs. Pac-Man, a bright orange pumpkin is flying around the tough levels, eating licorice candies. So they make reference to Pac-Man. They say Pac-Man by name. That's crazy. That's kind of funny. I mean, they mention many things by name. They mentioned Street Fighter by name. The display sears their eyes with poisonous shades as a bunch of green blots chase the voracious pumpkin.
What you think? Are these ghosts?
I mean, they got Blick, bro. I don't know. Because the niggas in Pac-Man ain't never have a gun. Michael peers at the sun.
Here's a hunter shooting the pumpkin with a shotgun.
So the hunter died?
They're restless hunter souls then.
Right, like they died?
Awesome. Let him catch the pumpkin. Then everyone's happy. The hunters are safe in their graves, and we're home.
I mean, if you want to go home, actually, you could just leave, bro. Honestly, I know it ain't safe, but like you bitching so much that like at this point you could just go. Brian decisively draws a handful of coins from his pocket and inserts them. Oh, I thought they were playing and they was just ass at the game. That was demo mode. The coins clatter through the machine's metal innards and settle in its stomach. The maze dissolves into pixels and rearranges itself into the first level. Its corridors are speckled with candies, and the ghost begins darting ravenously around the cage.
Back home? With no prize. I ain't leaving until we empty out the prize counter.
Brian, you put like 7 quarters in this bitch, bro. The cashier shudders at the thought.
We close in half an hour.
Right. Tell him again, bro. Fuck you thought. Brian winks at Michael.
Then he's gonna have 15 minutes left over to cry over his empty counter.
Wow, so he's saying I'm finna beat this shit in 15 minutes. That's pretty much what he's saying is first try. Ain't no way they about to make me do this shit. Alright, bro. Where am I at? Nikki. Listen, bro, I grew up playing Pac-Man. I know what this shit
To the
is.
left.
What you mean the left? You mean the right? He got Blake. He got Blake. What are you? Okay, I forgot about that.
This time. This time.
What record am I supposed to beat? Am I supposed to just beat all 3
You
levels?
got him. We'll beat this level.
Yep. Bring that ass here. Pause. Yep. Delicious. Yep. Delicious. Yep. Delicious. Come here, nigga.
This
Bing,
time.
bing, 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 bing,
This
bing, bing,
time.
bing, 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 bing. Holy shit.
Wrong way.
Oh boy. Let's go. The goat, nigga. Why I just lose a life? What's going on here?
To the left.
I'm assuming they just get faster. Hey, bro, I need you out of here, honestly. Oh shit, the shit only lasts for so long now.
You got him. We'll beat this level.
I ain't gonna lie, they kind of cheating, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
Dang it.
All right,
they
so we're
got
gonna
you
go
cornered.
all the way over here, right? Boom, 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 boom. They got me cornered. Bye. Up top we go. Yep.
To the
Goofy,
left.
goofy. Shit.
Wrong way.
What are you? Whoa! That's not what I press. That's not what I press. I promise you I'm not that ass, bro. I promise you I'm not that ass.
This time.
It's not.
This
Was not my
time.
fault, bro. I don't even need to eat them, bro. I'm really the goat. I'm really the goat. You know what I'm saying? That shit was a fluke. Let me take this off. Should we do it, y'all? Should we? I mean, we got 2 lives though. Oh wait, no. We only got 1 life. Oh, bro. I wasn't expecting this. I thought they was going to actually make me do the third one anyway. All or nothing or claim tickets. Bro, what would I do in an actual situation like this? The problem is that I don't know how many tickets we actually have. All or nothing though. Let's try it.
To the left.
I feel like if I didn't do this, I would regret it. We either gonna make it or we ain't, bro.
This time. This time.
I'm glad they fucking stupid, bro. Yep, come here. Oh yeah, yep. Yummy, delicious, nigga. I was hungry. Thanksgiving over this bitch. Go this way. Nope, you tried it. You tried it, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking. You lost in Pumpkin Man. Ain't no way, bro.
Well, I guess we gotta be luckier next time. Who knew those ghosts would be so nimble?
Donatello. Leonardo. Fucking Duck Hunt. I can't tell what this is. This is fucking Han Solo from Star Wars. Well, I guess we gotta get luckier next time. Who knew those ghosts would be so noble? Yeah, bro. They fucking. I'm sitting here talking about how they stupid. They just fucking caught me. I must be dumber.
History book than play this flickering trash can.
Ryan, it ain't even that bad of a game, bro. Ryan pats his pockets, secretly hoping to find a couple more coins. But all that turns out were keys and a crumbled pack of Salem's menthol cigarettes, which he should probably hide before heading home. Ryan, you over here smoking cigarettes and you trying to be. First and foremost, all right. You trying to smoke. Not trying. I assume he already is. You're smoking cigarettes, but you're also trying to be a athlete, right? Those two things don't correlate, bro. I mean, I guess you could smoke cigarettes and still be a baseball player, but in theory, to be at the top of your game, you shouldn't be doing drugs at all, really. You know what I'm saying? As much as I am a proprietor of smoking a little bit of the green, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend doing it, especially like in your earlier years, bro. He used to smoke only around the older guys on his team, hoping to look tough and grow up. For each missing cigarette in the pack, the coach made them run a lap, but that didn't deter them. What? Huh? So the coach know you got cigs, but he only makes you run an extra lap if you're missing a cigarette. Why is the coach not just taking it? If I was the coach, I'd have been like, yeah, bro, I'm throwing them bitches away, bro. I don't care if they cost like $14 or however much cigarettes cost nowadays. I'm throwing them away. We ain't fucking your lungs up, bro. As for his friends, Brian's bad habit is still a secret. They'd never approve, especially this nigga, bro. And Ashley, boy, no doubt Ashley would call him an idiot, and Eva would just lecture him about a quicker and more entertaining way to kick the bucket. That's interesting that Eva would do that. Michael wouldn't judge him out loud, but he scrunched his face up at the smoke. At that time, Brian would gladly take a drag. The pointless game is making him snap. He feels like giving that treacherous machine a good thump.
You won this time, you dirty piece of iron.
I was about to say, don't. Why's she holding her nose? Frustrated, the guys start off towards the exit, but Eva catches them. I mean, yeah, we did get tickets.
Look what I found. Someone hung them on the toilet paper holder.
Oh, never mind. I forgot it was all or nothing for us. Whoops. The restroom is a perfectly normal place for most sensible people. She only wants to cheer her friends up, but that doesn't mean they won't tease. Her cheeks flush with embarrassment as she holds out the strip of 8 winning tickets. It's only enough for a cheap keychain, but they're out of money, so they hit up the cashier.
How's it going?
Bro, we could have had a fucking Game Boy, bro. We could have had a Slinky. Is this the VHS that they were talking about?
The same as your arcane machine's repairs.
The cashier only sniffs. I remember these. Back in the day, bro. Magic ball, 50 winning tickets. A magic ball. Ashley would have loved this toy, as she believes in fortune telling and horoscopes. Why did it go so fucking slow? Rubik's Cube, 35 winning tickets. I guess Rubik's is the name of the brand, maybe. So I guess they can't say Rubik's. A good hard puzzle. Michael will love stuff like this. He'll probably solve it in 15 minutes. Yeah, well, Michael's a fucking genius, bro. This is probably what what's the name is gonna want. 1986 Cops, not Tops, baseball card set, 40 winning tickets. The card's price has slumped since everyone rushed to buy them a few years back, hoping to sell them at a profit later, even if they aren't interested in sports. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Brian's personal collection is only missing the 1986 and 1984 sets. He'd love this. Alright. We got the game pod and the Slinky. Game pod. 10 bands, nigga. The best prize ever. The boy's wildest dream. I wonder how long you'd have to play to win this many tickets. If you beat the record, who knows? And then a Slinky. Slinky. It's interesting because I thought Slinky was like I thought Slinky was what's the word? Copyrighted. An American golden oldie. You can perform lots of simple tricks with it. Eva promised her younger brother she'll get him one just like this. Wait, don't we got 20? Buy it. Fuck it. Give it to Eva. I mean, I'm clicking. And then we got this random ass tape. Old VHS tape, no price tag.
And what is this crap?
Here we go, bro. Here we go. Cashier turns around, surprised. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
No idea. Someone must have left it here. Y'all can just take it since you spent all your cheddar on Pumpkin Man anyway. Maybe it's a movie or something.
Cashier, this is extremely, what's the word, bro? Negligent for an adult, bro. You don't know what's on that VHS, bro. It could be some inappropriate shit.
But what if the owner comes for it?
Also, we know for a fact that it does because this is a horror game centered around that tape.
It's already been here all week. Doubt nobody needs it. Besides, visitors forget stuff here all the time. Y'all want to see my cap collection?
No, sir.
No thanks.
Oh my goodness, bro, the sound. She snaps up the cassette and hides it in her bag. Wait, who is this? What's going on here? Oh, is this like the reflection? Brian hands the cashier his tickets.
Just give it to the next poor sucker who dares punishes himself with that crappy pumpkin game. Tell him he's not alone in this world.
We feel his pain. Why didn't you say that, Brian? Brian, I'm tired of you not reading the script. Wait, what's this game? The guys head for the exit, but suddenly the cat leaps off the chair and rubs up against Eva and Ashley's leg. No longer displeased, Lucy switches her tail excitedly and gazes affectionately at the teenagers. You'd never guess she looked like a bristled hedgehog just half an hour ago. Well, she definitely was not happy earlier. Her nose twitches. I mean, y'all did wake her up though, so her nose twitches as if she caught a whiff of her favorite food.
Silly cats. It's me and Michael who deserve some compassion after what that game did to us.
Speaking of Michael, where is Michael?
Never mind. We got much more than expected.
A free tape, I guess. Eva passed the bag joyfully.
And what would that be?
A secret.
I mean, yeah. I don't think it's a secret you want though, honestly. 3 a bad time. We don't know time. Okay, well, supposedly, chapter 1 is like an hour to an hour and 30 minutes long, but I have been yapping a lot, so who knows, bro? Because we're already like an hour and 7 minutes in. Most of the sounds are already off. Submerged in the thickets, basement, and narrow alleyways in darkness, it splashes out onto the square, engulfing it into blackness. Only a few pickups and locked bicycles are still around, all parked by Marshall Sue's bar. The wind sweeps over the fields. The element that usually toys with the harvested corn now moans forlornly, plunging the suburb into melancholy. Okay. Winter will change everything. Stores and bars will be strung with sparkling beads of colorful lights, and snow will smooth the wrinkles and scars of old riverwood. The town will take on deceptively pretty and cozy facade. I don't know about the deceptively pretty and cozy facade, but here where I live right now, literally, I want to say it might start around Halloween. Honestly, bro, people around here, they put their lights and shit up to the point where like it be like shining into my room sometimes. And that's how I know when they put it up, because literally I'll just be walking and I'll be like, what the fuck is this little random ass green light I keep seeing? I look outside, yep, shit literally be lighting the whole block up, bro. Shit crazy. I'm not used to that. Well, I'm used to it now. The first time I seen it was like the first year niggas moved around here. I was not used to that. I'm like, bro, what the fuck going, like, you know what I'm saying? Random ass green dots just keep going through my window and shit. And I'm sitting here like, bro, fucking sniper lining me up, like, what's going on? No. And then every year after that, I was like, okay, they put their shit up. They put their shit up fairly early, as people tend to do. As a kid, Michael loved strolling around during Christmas vacation, munching on hot paws and watching snowflakes fall through the thick windows of a coffee shop. Back then, he never noticed the aging buildings, chipped concrete, or the gloomy people trying to fake a smile. Yeah, well, when you're a kid, you know what I'm saying, you tend to have like a more positive outlook on life, right? Because all the hard shit that's in life, in most cases, a kid doesn't usually experience it, right? They're usually sheltered, right? If you have like semi decent parent guardians or whatever, you tend to be sheltered. It ain't until you get a little older that you like, man, life is ass. In autumn, however, the suburbs' flaws stand out more sharply. Well, yeah, because you know, it looks unwelcome, gray, lifeless. No wonder Eva calls it the season of ghosts. Just thinking of it gives him the creeps. I actually like fall, believe it or not.
Well, we're late. Granny and Grandpa will be upset.
If that's the worst that'll happen, then you may as well stay out a little later.
I don't think you understand, Eva. I'm assuming Michael is black, bro. Granny and Grandpa ain't playing, bro. He finna get ass whooping. Go home, Michael. Don't let them get you in trouble, Michael. You can see them tomorrow, bro. Y'all all gotta go to school. Unless today is like Friday. Evil pulls out the cassette and looks it over.
What'd you think? Is there anything on it?
We ain't gonna talk about the fact that the lights just went off on here. It must be like really, really late. I mean, they're like street, bro. This is the type of shit right here. I can see it, right? This is the type of shit right here. This would give me an ass whooping back in the day. When I was young, my mom used to be like, "Hey, don't let the street lights catch you," and I don't think they ever did.
It looks like a personal archive of a maniac who killed a lot of people and recorded their achievements for their descendants to watch. A comfy basement, hooks, candles.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that we picked this tape up randomly off of a cashier at a fucking what do you call it, bro? Why am I drawing a blank? We literally just left the arcade, and we don't even know who left that tape. If it wasn't for that, I would be like, nah, bro, you wildin'. But this is a random tape, right? There was no price on it, right? There's no writing on it. We don't know who left it, where it came from, nothing, bro. It was just there, and nigga gave it away for free. So yeah, it could be anything on there. I literally just said earlier, it might be some inappropriate shit. And
Or
it is.
an auto shop with a buzzsaw and a big meat freezer.
Because, again, this is a horror game. Centered around this literal tape. Friends pass through the square towards a scattering of newer houses. This area doesn't have as much junk lying around as the park does. Residents here are relatively wealthy. Yeah, this is the fucking rich area. That's crazy that even in the suburbs, there's a poor area and a rich area. Because in my mind, always growing up in the city, you know what I'm saying? Always growing up in hoods. In my mind, the suburbs is the suburbs, right? You're middle class or higher. Eva's father once mentioned that most of his customers lived around here. They always need new furniture, doors, sturdy boards for fresh construction. Nothing bad can happen in a place like that. I would beg to differ, bro. I listen to a lot of fucking true crime podcasts, and a lot of true crime happens in neighborhoods like that, bro. Especially neighborhoods where niggas leave their doors open. I did some shit I would never understand. I'd be sitting there listening to the podcast like, why the fuck is her door open? That's horror movies. I'm not trying to victim blame or anything like that, but sometimes I do be thinking that, like, why is your door unlocked? Why is your window unlocked? Like, please, be safe. But horror movies have convinced Eva otherwise. Quiet, affluent neighborhoods are exactly where the creepiest things happen. Exactly. Except for me, it's from like actual cases that happen in real life because I'm listening to true crime. Nobody expects, and you know, it's the 90s, so I don't think podcasts were a thing yet. Nobody expects them there, so Pre can be easily captured, warm, and unaware.
What if the cassette is cursed?
Please. I bet it's that freak cashier's home video. He's probably posing in a French maid costume.
Why would you say that? Also, what is this? What is this? They reached Ashley's driveway. It boasts a large yard with plenty of space for a treehouse, a pool, and a heated shed. Okay, well, we do know that Ashley's parents are rich, but also, I'm used to in the front yard. And a pool in the front yard? I mean, the pool in the front yard ain't too crazy, especially since it's not like in the ground, right? It's above ground. But I'm used to seeing tree houses in the backyard, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Also, I've never actually seen a tree house in real life, bro. The idea of seeing a tree house in real life to me is insane. But then again, I've always lived in like the hood and shit like that. So like the idea of building a tree house in the hood, insanity. Fancy houses like that. You gonna leave your treehouse and then the next day niggas is gonna be in that bitch smoking, bro. like this is gonna happen. Fancy houses like that look alien in Riverwood, like jamming a few expensive implants in a row of rotten teeth. Yeah, bro. The suburb is in no hurry to accept them, but over time it will wrap them in its shawl of mist and drizzle engulf them in vines and weeds. It will be years before they truly belong. Holy shit. But for now, I'm assuming by years they mean like probably when these niggas move out. For now, the house's red tiled roof still gleams. The pavement has not cracked or sprouted fresh shoots of dog grass, and the building has not yet sagged beneath the weight of the passing years. I mean, yeah, the worst shit they got going on is like a couple leaves, bro, on like the driveway. The only light still on is her parents' bedroom upstairs, which means Ashley will have to make her own dinner and have it cold.
Ash, you have an old VHS player in your shed, don't you?
What? Huh? What does that even mean? If she's making her own dinner, why would it be cold?
But I should have gotten rid of it after you'd bought that creepy Italian movie about ballerinas.
Suspiria, 1977. Okay. Okay. A cult Italian horror film by Dario Argento. Hopefully I said that right. My apologies if I didn't. About a ballet academy hiding a coven of witches behind its artistic facade. That actually kind of sounds fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. Unfortunately though, it's from 1977, so it may or may not hold up. I mean, it says cult, like a cult classic, which means that, like, you know what I'm saying. Well, then again, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad movie. It just means that it didn't have like the commercial success of like the other movies of its time. Right? There are plenty of movies like that. Like, if you watch anime, Cowboy Bebop to me is considered a cult classic, right? Because it's known, it's popular-ish. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hold it in high value. Well, for whatever reason, like its commercial success clearly wasn't all that great because it ended early, relatively early, I guess. Instead of them continue on and having like fucking 7 seasons or whatever the hell, it kind of just ended a little bit early. But everybody knows about it. Everybody who watches it is like, yeah, bro, and fucking music, all that was excellent. But for whatever reason, it just never blew the fuck up. I don't know if that's the reason why it even got canceled, honestly. Because maybe if it continued, it might have been as big as Naruto. Who the fuck knows? That's like one of my favorite animes, by the way. Cowboy Bebop. They pause by the decorative fence. Eva keeps touching her bag as if to make sure their consolation prize is still safe. Ashley might have acted over dramatic, but truth be told, she enjoyed that movie too. She even tried to recreate some of the ballet pas deux. I don't know what that means, but okay. Watching horror movies with friends was a special kind of thrill. You felt less scared, but had way more fun. You'd notice something you missed before, discuss the details, and figure out who feared what. I don't think I ever watched a horror movie with friends, but I've definitely watched horror movies with family, and I can attest to this. However, this would have all been when I was a kid, right? Various horror movies that we watched with family. One of them that I remember specifically was Paranormal Activity 3, I want to say. And I was probably like 11 or some shit. And I remember vividly struggling to go to bed, bro. That's the only thing, bro. It's like, yeah, we can talk about it and all that good stuff, but then it's like when niggas be like, all right, good night. Then it's like, I'm sitting there like, shit, man. It's hard for me to go to sleep tonight, huh? I gotta go be by myself for like 8 straight hours while I'm trying to go to sleep.
How about it? Wanna watch? I ain't gonna sleep till I know what's on it.
And then on top of that, bro, it's always been that way, bro. Like, niggas will be like, yeah, we gonna go watch as a kid, right? Nowadays, it's like, if niggas wanted to watch a horror movie or whatever, we're probably going to a movie theater because it's probably gonna be some new shit. That's number one. Number two, if we just happen to be at a function and niggas put on a horror movie, it's whatever. I'm not about to sit here and go home and be scared. I'm gonna go home and smoke and chill or something. I don't give a fuck. But as a kid, it was always niggas wait until nighttime and be like, you want to go watch this? Not even you want to watch this movie because I'm a kid, so it's really like whatever the fuck they put on is what we're watching or what's going to be on the TV. I'm not inclined to watch it, and so it's like, all right, whatever. And they always wait till nighttime, and then as soon as the movie ends, niggas go to bed almost immediately. I'm starting to think, because I never thought this until now, I'm starting to think that they were fucking with me because it was always like my uncles and shit. I'm starting to think they were fucking with me, bro. Yo, I can think of on one hand a good 3 different scenarios where this shit didn't happen. 3 different movies. Paranormal Activity 3 was one of them. The boys don't mind. They're eager to shake off the sting of defeat in the arcade center so badly that they prefer getting into trouble all over again for coming home late. And I know at least one of my uncles watched this shit. And Manuel, if you're watching this, bro, that time that you came to our house in Baltimore, I want to say with your homie, I think his name is Mellis, and we watched Paranormal Activity, and I think y'all ordered like pizza or some shit, and then after the movie, niggas went to bed. Bro, I was probably like 11, 12, something like that. I struggled to go to bed that night, bro. That movie fucked me up, bro. And it's crazy because looking back on it, that movie was cheesy as shit. But as a kid, I'm sitting here like, this shit really happened? Scared as fuck, bro. I didn't say anything at the time. I wanted to appear like I didn't give a fuck, but I was bothered, bro. If you happen to watch this video, Manuel, just know I was fucked up from that movie, bro. Act 3 was short as fuck. A comfy place. I'm gonna assume it's gonna stop at Act 5, maybe. As far as friends are concerned, Ashley's shed is the best place and coziest place in the whole suburb. I'm assuming this is her brother or something? They spend most of their evenings there in the winter, when there's nowhere else to hang out, and a high risk of being targeted by the high schoolers' snowballs. You kind of look like a high schooler, bro, compared to the other niggas. You over here playing, I don't know, like Space Invaders, I guess? It's not really Space Invaders, but akin to Space Invaders. There's plenty of space for board games and fooling around. They can be as loud as they like, and Ashley can always bring them snacks or soda from home. I mean, yeah, it's the fucking shed, bro. It's right there. Her father originally planned to turn the place into a man cave, complete with a couch, a big TV. For some reason, I thought there was a comment error. But he's been overwhelmed with work lately, so most of the time, his friends are free to use the shed. The friends, sorry. But that day, they aren't alone. Chris, Ashley's older brother, is already inside, lying on a shabby carpet and playing a new console. A new console? Only as they enter does Ashley remember that Chris is grounded for coming home drunk from a party. He isn't allowed to see his friends for a month, but some of his buddies have lent him the gaming console so he won't get too bored at home alone. You got some cool buddies, bro. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. If I got grounded, which I have many times, I was a badass kid once upon a time. If I got grounded, me and my friends ain't talking until I'm off punishment or unless I'm at school, bro. Them niggas ain't even, they wouldn't even get the chance to bring me some shit. And then I didn't like have like the freedom that this is right now. No, my parents is checking on me like clockwork, bitch. I'm in jail basically. Punishment was not a good time, bro. When they said grounded, they meant that shit, bro. I couldn't go outside. Niggas was taking my shoes, my consoles, all sorts of shit, bro. I remember I once got grounded, went outside anyway, and got in trouble. Because my fucking cousin snitched on me. I say snitch, but she told on me. Not really snitching, because it's not like I told her don't tell or anything like that. She was asleep on the couch, and I guess niggas asked her, and she told him. Nigga went outside. As the front door squeaked open, he swiftly hides a pack of cigarettes under the pillow. So you just like, homie.
It's just you suckers. I thought Daddy showed up and was about to teach me how to live again. What you doing up here? Baby Ashley decided to show you our true family treasures.
Up here? Are we in the... I thought we were in the shed. What are you talking about up here? Like in the treehouse? Right, this is the shed. Unless the shed and the treehouse are one and the same, which wouldn't make sense. Because if he was trying... If the pops was trying to make a man cave, he wouldn't have put it... This is kind of cool. Like the fucking light from the TV. He wouldn't have put it in a tree, right? Or at least I don't think he would have, because in my mind I'm thinking of like a 40-year-old overweight ass white dude. That's what I imagine their dad to look like. Fucking male pattern baldness or something. The shed is filled with dated furniture, living out its last days, and unused equipment covered in dust, plus other miscellaneous items the family are too lazy to get rid of. Ashley's family is rich enough that they don't need to sell all their old junk, so a lot of it is just been stuffed into the shed. Well, you need to throw the shit away, bro. Like, or give it away. The old motorcycle, about 3 years ago, before Ashley and Brian started dating, Brian settled it up. I mean, I guess that is a motorcycle. I thought this was like a fucking, what do you call it, bro? Like a lawnmower. Ashley burst into laughter and Brian was banned from visiting Ashley's house. It seems like the ban still hasn't been lifted. I don't know, bro. I think her dad probably just wouldn't like you from the beginning. An antique mirror. Little Ashley loved looking into it and imagined she was a Disney princess. Eva would barely even glance at the mirror. She was 110% convinced that Bloody Mary would come out of it if she wasn't careful. Bloody Mary only pops up, as far as I know, if you say her name 3 times in a fucking mirror. The funny scarecrow from the Benet's field. Ashley asked Chris to steal it after the Benet's youngest daughter lost her doll. It was hard to believe, but Eva swore the scarecrow had moved on its own. Ashley asked Chris to steal it after Benet's youngest daughter lost her doll. Why? What correlation does this have? What's wrong with her? Both of y'all are dickheads. Chris's battered punching bag. Someone must have thrown hatchets and darts at it. Probably him. Fucking edgelord, bro. You heard his voice? An arcade Atari Pong console. I thought this was a fucking like a car part. Ashley's father played it as a teenager, but the only controller broke long ago, and so did the console itself. So the shit don't work. Chris retrieves the cigarette and pulls a cigarette out with his teeth. Brian notes the trick so he can try it later. It looks thrilling. He doubts his attempt will look as natural as Chris's did, but it's worth a little practice. What if he manages to impress the high schooler or the guys from the neighboring town's baseball team? Hunting opponents and getting on their nerves is a time-honored tradition. Brian imagined himself strolling past him, definitely pulling out a cigarette, and smirking and asking why they sent a team of sissies to the game.
Don't you have to stay in your room and feign remorse?
And what about you? Shouldn't you be catching Z's, not wandering around in the dark? Or you want to see who can disappoint our parents the most?
This ain't my battle. I'm gonna let y'all duke it out. This is sibling battle, bro. I'm not inserting myself in this shit. Mainly because I don't see myself in this nigga, and I definitely don't see myself in Ashley, so. He exhales a ring of the blue smoke. The winner is clear. Wouldn't you be the winner, nigga? Because you smoking cigarette and you playing game when you grounded, my boy. Take your ass back to your room. Before I snitch and get us both in trouble, nigga, I do not care.
No. Unlike you, I care about my future. We just want to watch a cassette. Why don't you just go do something else for a bit? We need the TV.
Or I'm snitching.
As if. Get out of here, kids.
Aren't you also a kid? He turns to the TV and keeps playing. Ooh. To deceive Chris? To persuade Chris? I feel like persuading is out of the question for bro. We need to deceive, bro. Let's see where this goes. You lied to Chris. It's the trophy we just got. Ashley isn't going to back down. Her brother is as simple and predictable as an old penny. She won't even break a sweat fooling him. Oh, well, see, the shit was over here, so I thought these two would fucking do it. All you really need to know is whose opinion mattered more to him than his own. Whose personal business he cares about more than the video game. What's he afraid of missing out on? What will make him jealous? Ashley's eyes narrow slightly at Chris.
I'll try the TV for some intel, bro.
Go on.
He's still staring at the screen, though. The smoke cloud frantically clicking the controller buttons. Through the smoke cloud, sorry.
We stumbled on your cronies out there. Sam and Bobby, right? And they were asking if you're still grounded. They were pretty upset that you couldn't keep them company.
Oh, we just straight up line. I thought we had like legitimate information, but like we were like only gonna give them like half the information or some shit like that. Thus kind of making it a lot, but not really. Christos, like I thought we had like I thought we were gonna tell like a half truth. I didn't know that we were just straight up just going a lot of bro. Hopefully he bites. Christos, his sister, a wary glance. Sam and Bobby are real douchebags. Rumors of their wicked deeds are always flying around town. Ashley knows Chris is afraid of them, but he'd still do anything to get in their gang. He's constantly smoozing them with free drinks and cigarettes. Ah, bro, this nigga Chris is a follower, bro. I could never.
You really think I'm gonna fall for that bull?
It's true. I also saw them near the old water tower. They were gonna steal Pam's motorcycle and ride it to the flour mill.
Chris jumps up, nearly burning his fingers on the cigarette.
Why the hell were they going there?
The fact that he's just willing to believe this shit is crazy. But then again, you gotta remember, this is the 90s. Niggas did not have social media like that. You couldn't just fucking hit up Discord and be like, hey, is niggas over there? No, nigga, you had to go find out. And that's probably across the city. That's well long enough for us to figure out what's going on with this tape. Chris knows his sister can make up any nonsense on the spot if she wants to take advantage of something. But Eva, he trusts. She's a good girl. He doubts she'd lie. Well, Eva, I need you to fucking lie. You can see right through his little sis. Ashley thinks he's the master manipulator, but her expression is a dead giveaway when she's lying. But Eva is different. They've known each other forever, and she never lies so blatantly, unless, of course, it comes to stories about the ghosts that haunt the old school, or the mysterious drowned man that the girls totally met at the lake that one day. Well, at that point, I feel like these two aren't necessarily lies. I feel like these are just things that she believes in that didn't actually happen. I can't call it a fucking lie if you don't know that it ain't true.
Grandpa says truck drivers sometimes sneak bourbon into the factory in gas cans and sell it to the night shift workers. Best bourbon in the state. That's what he says.
Okay, Michael, with the lies.
I bet they weren't gonna buy it. They were gonna steal it. That would be fun.
Well, Michael might not necessarily be lying. He might be actually telling the truth. There's no way for me to really know. So, he yanks his sneakers on and rushes for the door. Before he leaves, he glances over his shoulder and sneers.
Watch out, Four Eyes. If you're just trying to ditch me, your ass is gonna be my punching bag next time. Eva, you don't count.
So are you in love with Eva or something? Like, what's going on? Because he's talking about something I know her forever. There's a clear age gap here, so I'm confused. Like, maybe you knew her, like, sibling or something like that, and y'all were close. I don't know if Eva's the only child. Chris disappears into the night, and Michael wipes the cold sweat from his forehead. No, Michael.
He isn't gonna.
We
punch
need to
me,
learn
is
how to
he?
fight, bro.
Is he, guys?
It's just Ashley's brother, not some damn high schooler who likes robbing kids.
I don't know, bro. I feel like Chris might do anything, honestly. That nigga is a follower. He's willing to literally do anything to get in them niggas' good grace, bro. I would not put that past him beating the fuck out of Michael, bro. Fucking nerdy dude. Like, Ashley doesn't really agree. Chris has changed lately. He used to play sports. He's never smoked or followed complete idiots before. Hey, bro, he's a fucking a goofy. He's a send-off, as we would call him. Their parents were proud of his medals and trophies. Their dad claimed any college would accept Chris on the athletic scholarship if he couldn't make it academically. And once he entered college, he was straightened out. That is what? No, nigga, college is like the epicenter of temptation, nigga. There's nothing left to straighten out anymore. But there's nothing left to straighten out anymore. Nobody offers scholarships to partying or hanging out around bad company. Chris's boxing gloves are already gathering dust under his. Okay, so he's a boxer. His empty shelves and hooks aren't expecting any new awards anytime soon.
Let's just start, okay?
It sounds like Chris met some bad niggas and they just fucked his life up, bro. You can't be like this, bro. Live for you. Let's just start, okay? Oh, she already said that. She glances at the moon. The cassette is not the only reason she wants to hurry up.
Turn it on, Brian.
Brian changes the TV to AV mode. Oh my god, bro. I remember those days. Oh my lord, bro. What y'all know about the red, yellow, and the red, yellow, and white fucking cable, bro, that you had to plug into the TV, bro? And then, like, you know what I'm saying? CRT, I think this is CRT with like the fatbacks. These TVs we would always get from like what do you call it? Like secondhand. Like, we would go to like thrift stores and shit like that and get them when needed. And so, like, sometimes like the cord will like have like a shortage, or like the actual part in the TV will be like fucked up, so you gotta sit there and like jiggle it and shit like that. Niggas don't know, bro. I got like fucking HDMI and the other one nowadays, man. Them AV cords. And then don't let one of them fuck up, because I swear, like, the consistency of like what Apple phone chargers used to be like, I mean, to me they're still kind of flimsy, but back in the day they were like a little bit worse to me. That's how the AV cords felt to me. And so they always felt like they were easy to fuck up, bro. Like, it didn't take much for them to get a shortage. Shit used to aggravate me, bro. I'm sitting there with my PlayStation 2 trying to plug this shit in, shit not fucking cooperating. I gotta, like, I don't know, stick like a piece of tissue, wrap it up and fucking stick it in between the cords to like push it at an angle, so like the shit, man, so like the cord would stay in, man. Fun times indeed. And if the shit ain't work, then I guess we going outside, bro, because niggas can't play SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 or whatever the fuck I was playing. Brian changes the TV to AV mode and slides the cassette into the VHS player. Oh, you got one of these. Ah, I had one of these too. The fucking VHS player in the TV. Low-key kind of dangerous, bro, because if this fucks up, you're kind of fucked, bro. Static noises dances on the screen. Curved and covered in dust. The speaker lets out a soft hiss, followed by a squeak.
Hope the tape's not blank. Otherwise, Michael's gonna get beat up for no reason.
Oh well. Oh well, Michael. Listen, bro. You chose to offer that information. You get your ass beat, you get your ass beat, bro. Then again, I'm pretty sure homie right here is also getting his ass beat, bro. I don't think it's just gonna be Michael, bro. Michael shivers and glances around as if Chris might already be creeping up on him, his fist raised to strike.
It can't be Blake. Hurry up and take your seats. We don't want to miss anything.
Okay. Eva settles down against one of the pillows, and her friends follow suit. Oh shit. The TV continues flickering, disturbing the peace of the shed. The wind sweeps out of the field and descends on the suburbs, sneaking through the streets like a wild animal prowling for prey. It shoves the shed, making it sway and creak like a popping joint. Their only lamp flickering, casting shadows on the piles of garbage in the corners.
Is there any other light in here?
Bro, listen to this sound. This shit is crazy. Turn the TV out, bro. As if it answers Michael's question, a picture begins to form on the screen. The black and gray static stripes morph into an image taking on colors and shapes. One part becomes studio walls. Another area changes to the decorative set of a Friday night show. Oh, this is what I was seeing? The rest turns into the body of a game show host wearing a striped suit jacket. I didn't know what this was. I kept seeing bro on the game page. I'm like, who the fuck is bro? I'm sitting there thinking he the nigga that gave us the cassette tape. The host is half turned and staring at the camera as if waiting for a directive signal to start, or trying to see the audience on the other side of the screen.
At least he's not a maniac.
We don't know that.
Don't speak too soon.
Right, we don't know that. An invisible orchestra bursts into music so cacophonous that the players should have been whipped for their miserable performance and never allowed to lay hands on instruments again. Damn.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, my sweet and miserable guests, to the most unique, funniest.
Miserable guess. Keep that in mind. The angle abruptly changes and the studio suddenly looks less brightful and cheerful. Kids, we should turn this off now. The walls have lost their false gloss and bright hues. Half the spotlights go out, and those that remain are only dim. Look how he looking at the fucking camera, bro. Like, but the host keeps smiling.
To the most unique, funniest, and scariest show on TV.
Yep. Click. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. I lied. I'm throwing you away, nigga. The friends exchange puzzled glances.
I bet my hand that this is something you've never seen before and will never see again. Sadly, I've got nothing left to bet. I ate my hand before the show.
Remember, bro, you said he wasn't crazy. Somewhere in the background, canned laughter and applause ring out. I'm like, ain't nobody really there, bro. Shit was edited in. The teenagers can certainly believe the host really did devour his hand before the show. I mean, they're kids. So even if he was lying, I mean, they're kids. His behavior is odd. His speech is too dramatic. He keeps breaking into screams, choking on his cackling. I mean, I would have seen enough. As soon as that camera changed and nigga was staring directly at the camera, yeah, bro, I'm turning this shit off. I'm unplugging the TV, nigga. Somehow he manages to act both insanely cheerful and inappropriately gloomy at the same time. All depends on the angle the producer chooses.
Bullshit. What a waste of time.
No, wait, let's just watch a little longer. I've never heard of the show. How about we give it a chance?
You don't even know the name yet. What are you talking about? Michael and Brian nod, staring intently at the flickering TV. This nigga look worse now. What happened? He like a straight up villain now. The host, as if waiting for their verdict, steps back from the camera and holds his hands out in an inviting gesture. Oh, so this nigga is sentient. The tape is sentient, y'all.
So come on, take a seat, the broken and prideful.
So he's like sentient. He's actually like sitting here. Because remember, he didn't activate until niggas was like, so is there any other light? And then the shit just came on, right? And then he just sat there and waited for them to sit there and decide if they wanted to keep watching. The shot changes.
The reserved and those embracing everything new.
The shot changes again.
The brave, cowardly, dependent, and free. Get comfortable. Enjoy.
Okay, bro. The screen ripples. The host approaches the windows, then deepens. It sounds muffled, as if it's emanating from a cellar filled with soil. What? The picture dissolves into a rippled black and white mess, and a terrible crack bursts out from the speakers.
And that's enough for today.
I told y'all to turn the TV off. Y'all ain't want to listen. Y'all get everything y'all deserve. Sorry. Everything that happens to y'all from this point on, y'all deserve. I told y'all to turn the TV off.
What if there's more? Who'd spoil a whole cassette to record such a short clip?
It might just be corrupt, Michael. Evie gets up from the pillow and goes up to the VHS player to fast forward a bit. Her hands is already outstretched when the beats speed up. They boom out bass. Suddenly, the beep sounds subdued, a steady hum emanating from the speakers. Eva freezes, peering at the screen.
How's he doing it?
No one answers. How's he doing what? This is also on the game page. What did she see? What did she see? Okay, yeah, bro. I hear the fiddle. Act 5. Back to the drawing board. I'm going to assume this is the last part of this episode. I mean, we're going on 2 hours, gang. The noise pouring out of the speakers absorbed all the other sounds, but it isn't hissing, crackling, or howling anymore. It's knocking. Wait, where the fuck are we at? At first, it's monotonous, but the knocking soon speeds up. It just means that it's bland, I guess. It belts their eardrums like an old alarm clock, mercilessly rattling every morning. Eva shakes her head to drive away a nightmarish vision and rubs her face with her palms. But the knocking is still there. Oh shit. And Eva knows what's making it. It's a branch from the old hazel tree her father had been threatening to cut down for 2 years. Okay, alright. Because I'm sitting there thinking that like she just seen some nigga and that I missed it somehow. It must have once again gotten its gnarly fingers wrapped up on the windowsill. It's scratching the window every time the wind blows. Alright, well, why is your window open? Because why is the wind pushing your shit? But today, a true storm is raging outside. The rain lashes the windows, covering in dirty spots as the hurricane-like gusts shake the hazel tree like a school bully shaking down a junior. Be glad y'all made it home, y'all, because y'all got rained on. Confused, Eva checks her bedroom. Everything looks as... Something's gonna pop up here, I feel it. Everything looks as usual there. The table and the shelves are perfectly arranged. The bed carefully made. Even the posters are still hanging in a strict line, as if in an art exhibition. Eva loves it when everything is in place. Whenever her mother is overwhelmed at work, Eva and her father are left responsible for cleaning the house. And the less you litter, the less you have to clean. That's fair. Tillandsia flower. It looks like it sprang straight out of the pages of a fairy tale. And a fan gave it to her mother at an exhibition. And it's growing in a pot Ashley had made during an extracurricular pottery shop. Fun fact, when I was in middle school, I had I went to like a school for the arts where you had to choose an art, be it singing, dancing, 2D art, 3D art, which is ceramics. And I feel like I'm missing one. But I took ceramics. I have none of my ceramic shit from back in the day because this is middle school, but I took ceramics. The pot isn't the best, but Eva will never swap it out for another one. I mean, you talking about it ain't the best. I thought this was just like a fucking block of dirt. Like, I didn't even know it was in a pot. The way it looked. Alright, I need to examine that, and what else? Okay, cool. Let's start over here. The book Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Eva adored it as a kid. Now she's rereading it to her younger brother. Didn't Where the Wild Things Are have a TV show? Or am I misremembering, bro? This is something I need to look up. Because I swear to you, they had a TV show. And I swear to you, I'm not tripping. But maybe I am. We don't really need to click this, but... An American illustrator and writer who created Where the Wild Things Are. His whimsical monsters frightened and fascinated children worldwide. It never frightened me. I always found it entertaining, though. Because I don't remember the monsters ever being scary. They definitely look like crazy, but like... I don't remember them ever doing like scary shit. I really don't. A VHS collection. There's a light mystery in the first row. Behind it are the slashes. The third row is reserved for Italian horror movies, marked with a strange word. Gio? Maybe? Because the double L in some languages, well, in Spanish, makes the y sound. So maybe in Italian it does the same. I'm not sure. Italian horror and thriller films with vibrant visual style, mysterious killers, and an element of detective fiction. Okay. So it's like a noir, but like vibrant, I guess. That's interesting. What's that? Okay, bro, come on. I didn't even mean to click that, but whatever. And behind everything else, hidden in the Cinderella case, that creepy movie Necromancer is waiting for its time to shine. It's better if her mother doesn't know about it. What the fuck is Necromancer? A notorious 1987 German horror film about necrophilia and the madness that became a cult classic in underground cinema. I can understand why your mom would be a little weirded out if she found out you had that. Because that is a crazy ass thing to have. This one. A feather. Their parrot, Sancho, lived for 6 years. His loss was unbearable, so Eva still had one of his feathers as a keepsake. At first, she couldn't handle looking at it. She burst into tears every time she saw it. That's what happens when you have a pet, bro, and they pass. It hurts, bro. Alright, I think this is the last one. Family photograph. It was taken the day Eva had got her first braces. Tony was tiny back then, and her parents looked happy. Her mother wasn't absorbed in her career yet back then. Back then, she cared about her family more than canvases and paints. But her mom's like famous. Eva's head shoots up as she hears quiet steps approaching. I'm like, I just heard footsteps.
Tony?
What is that in his hand? Her brother is standing by the door, shifting from one foot to the other and holding a thick cardboard cup with a string. Oh, you know what's crazy? As a kid, I used to think that this shit was real. If you put a fucking I don't remember where we got this from, bro. I feel like it was SpongeBob. It was definitely a cartoon. You put a fucking, you tie a string to like two cups, one on each end, and then for some reason you put it up to your ear, and you supposedly are able to fucking talk to one another even from afar. We used to really believe dumb shit like this as kids, bro. Shifting, the string rips on the floor and crawls through the hallway. His long sheared shirt with a pink dinosaur was Dad's gift for him last Christmas. Just then, Tony takes it off only at bedtime and for laundry. So Tony might be a little bit autistic, just a little bit. He might be on the spectrum, we don't really know. Lately, Eva's brother always looked a little confused, as though he only wandered into Eva's room by accident after getting lost in his own home. His big eyes hold a strange expression. Well, considering that you just said that, that makes me think that that's probably what really did happen. His big eyes hold a strange expression she can't quite explain or describe. No matter how much she talks to him, words are never enough. Even when all his most important questions are answered, Tony just comes up with new ones.
I fixed her thread. String telephone. Here. Yesterday I could barely hear anything.
Eva takes the cup and puts it on her nightstand.
It's time to go to bed, baby. When you're all set, pull the string twice and I'll read some bedtime stories for you.
She ruffles his hair and he happily runs back into his bedroom. Is she sitting on the floor? They often talk to each other before bedtime because Tony isn't used to falling asleep alone. She has to chat with him, weave magical stories, retell movies, and comic plots until he starts snoring. Why are you in bed in like full clothes? The shit that you was just wearing outside at that. Wear your pajamas or something. The string slowly tightens and lifts up from under the floor, which means Tony is already in bed and ready to listen. Also, where's Pops? Because that's what I was... Oh, I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was sitting here expecting her to be like, Pops died or Pops left or whatever the case may be. She only mentions the mom. So now I'm like, well, where the fuck is Dad? And then she says Dad last year gave him a shirt. So now I'm like, well, where is Dad? Tell that nigga go tell a story. That's the parent's job, literally. Eva puts the cup to her ear. She heard familiar creaks and rustles from the other side.
Can you hear me, Tony?
This is not how this works, y'all, by the way.
Loud and clear. I fell asleep today. By myself. Well, I almost did, but then a huge storm hit. Thunder. And something creaked in the closet, so well...
He doesn't finish. He's ashamed of his childish behavior, though he does his best to look brave for Eva. He's like 7. But blaming him for his fears will be foolish. Of course kids are scared when a storm is raging, and thunder is crashing right outside. especially if their room is dark and windowless. That's crazy. It's easier for Eva. As a child, she learned to befriend her fears. She often left a bowl of milk or a handful of candy out in case a monster was lurking under a bed. What? That's one way to do it, I guess. Then it's not a monster anymore, but a little buddy rustling candy wrappers in the middle of the night. Tony isn't the same as her though. She has to accept that. That is very intuitive for a kid. I never even heard of no shit like that. That's crazy. Good on you. I wish Tony could pick up on it.
Then close your eyes and listen. I made up a new story.
And they're surrounded by routine. She wants to calm Tony down the way she used to wish her father sweet dreams, to leave a croissant for her mother in the kitchen so she'll remember not to drink milk or coffee on an empty stomach.
What's the story about? Is it scary? I don't really want to hear a scary story today.
No, it's a legend about a magical arcade machine that teleports brave and obedient kids into its world of adventures.
Okay, so Isekai, right? For some reason, amid the whirlwind of thoughts and images racing through her mind, she chose an arcade machine, or rather, it chose itself, as if it were alive. It appeared in her mind's eye in all the beauty, that black oily luster and 2 scarlet buttons. 2 buttons, no like joystick. But she can't present it to Tony as is. It needs to be wrapped in something brighter, lighter, and more mysterious. Her baby brother sighs with excitement.
It must be dangerous there. There are lots of monsters in games.
That they are.
It's an adventure. It wouldn't be an adventure without monsters.
Right? That wind is going crazy. Here go moms. Without warning, someone opens the door. The string falls limp. Eva drops the cup and gasps. Her mother enters the room tired, disheveled, and soaked in the odor of solvent, paints, and coffee. That is a nasty, nasty, nasty thing to smell like. Especially the coffee part, bro. Spoiled coffee is disgusting. Perhaps she worked too long again and remembered that she missed dinner only after her dizziness and lower back pain reared up. She's always complained about that to Eva's father.
Didn't hear you come home. Why are you up so late?
I want to believe that mom's like a good person, but like she seems to be like she seems to like, I don't know, based on how Eva is like interpreting this, it seems like the mom is just, this is my profession, fuck y'all. Like, we don't know what's going on with the dad, but Eva's mother can scarcely understand what her children are up to. What's all the late night storytelling for? Why can't Tony just go to bed and fall asleep? She's shocked every time one of them outgrows last year's clothes. Mom, are you okay? Like, do you understand how kids work? Like, what the fuck is, huh? Even now, surprise lights up her reddened eyes.
Chatting with Tony again? He needs to learn to fall asleep on his own. Tell him to brush his teeth and go to bed right now. At least that will put these toys to good use.
Oh, she's talking about the, cause I was wondering what toy she was talking about. Is she talking about the cup with the string?
Of course, Mom. Tony's almost asleep. Oh, today was so long, but cool. We cleaned up the chemistry room, then we went to the arcade center, and then I came back home.
Eva stopped abruptly. Something's missing, something crucial, but she can't remember, and judging by her wandering gaze, her mother still hasn't returned from the world of images, shades, and episodes of other people's lives, all captured on canvas.
You know what? You're right. Tony ought to fall asleep without my chatter tonight. Good night, Mom.
Whoa. Did she completely forget the shit that happened in the shed? Because if she did, that's crazy. Because that means that crazy shit is about to happen, and she's not even gonna know why. She doesn't even get a smile in return. It's as if her mother's emotions have been drained out of her like water from a shattered vase. Perhaps they've settled on her canvas instead, leaving not a single drop for real life. This is sad, bro. Because usually when you see like an artist or something like that, I'm not saying they're usually happy, but they're usually like vibrant and fucking like eccentric is the word. She is just depressed. Year after year, her work has devoured her, turning her into a completely different person.
Good night. darling. I think I'm gonna have a cup of milk and go to bed too.
Mom going to bed? No, not her.
Huh? Even though her mother will go back to the workshop soon, she won't fall asleep until dawn, completely exhausted next to her easel. That is a sad life, bro. When her mother closes the door behind her, Eva picks up the cardboard phone. Eva picks the cardboard phone up and hangs it on the hook her dad screwed into the wall specifically to hold it. Hey, W Dad. The cup hardly even touches Eva's hand when the string tightens again.
Tony, go to bed. Mom just came and scolded us for chatting.
You promised me a story about an arcade machine.
Just tell the story. Like, just whisper it. Just, hey, you know what I'm saying? You went to go fight monsters and orcs and shit. Eva suddenly feels so exhausted that she can't fathom making up even the simplest story. Not even another yarn about the brave veggie kingdom she stuffed his ears with since childhood to teach him to love healthy food. As if she inherited part of her mother's fatigue, Eva's eyes water from drowsiness, and her legs go weak. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I know that feeling. But mine's from work as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially like a fucking 9 to 9, a 12-hour shift. Man, I come home. Sometimes I sit on bed and then I pass out. Wake up and be like, damn, I don't even remember going to sleep. Ain't eat, ain't do shit. Just came home, sat down, fell asleep. Eva doesn't want to upset Tony, but it really is late. They should have been in bed long ago. There's no better weather for curling up under a warm, cozy blanket. But Tony isn't about to let her go that fast. For him, it isn't just rain or lightning outside. It's bloodthirsty creatures lurking beyond the walls, and only Eva's voice can keep their shadows from seeping through the air vents or the cracks in the plaster.
Go to bed, little one. I'll come up with 2 adventures for you tomorrow, I promise.
Okay, so this isn't like a situation, like he legitimately just cannot go to sleep. His ass is just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he might be a little bit on the spectrum. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Tony wants to protest, but the offer is too tempting. Sometimes he begs her to make up new stories about his favorite characters, but he mostly listens. That's how I feel when I read a fucking book and the author decides to like hit you with a cliffhanger for certain characters, and I be sitting here like, motherfucker, I want to know what happened to that character. Stephen King is known for this shit. Be sitting here at the end of the book like, well, what the fuck happened? 2 whole stories waiting for him the next night. That feels like a fair trade for one night's peace. Besides, the thunder has already stopped splitting the sky, and now only the rain is rustling softly against the roof and grass outside.
Okay.
Sweet dreams.
This is my room? Okay. She pulls the cup away. Her eyelids seem insanely heavy, but strange thoughts still occupy her mind. Not even bothering to put on her pajamas, Eva collapsed into her bed and pressed her cheeks against the pillow. But you were already asleep, so like, I mean, at this point, fuck it, right? Was she not waking up when the fucking shit was scratching on the window? The day really was long and hard. So much happened. The outbursts in chemistry class, cleaning, walking along the Riverside Park with her friends, the shopping square, and arcade center.
But what was next?
The fact that she don't remember this is scary. There's a blank space in her memory between the arcade center and coming back home. Fragments of phrases, merry, beeping music, a flickering light, and clouding it all, a black and white haze. Oh, the dude with his suit. Her lethargy evaporates. Lethargy? I've never seen that word in that form. I've only ever seen the word lethargic. Eva rolls onto her back and stares at the ceiling. Something else definitely happened. But the memory keeps slipping away, getting lost. Something important happened at the arcade center. It's clinging to her and her friends like a parasite, suddenly putting them into the darkness engulfing Riverwood. Of course, the old town has been keeping the secrets of many generations. The ghost of the ancient church Eva's grandmother told her about. The cursed coin. The bodies buried in the foundation of the town hall. Are these like real things that happen? Because that's crazy. But those are just legends. No evidence of them have ever been found. Sounds like some shit that like kids would make up. She just needs to remember how she, Ashley, Brian, and Michael stepped into the arcade center, and then she hears a silent rustle next to her. The makeshift phone is crawling along the nightstand. Or like vibrating? Oh. I forgot it's the 90s, bro. In my mind, I'm sitting here like, when the fuck she get an iPhone? Eva just manages to catch it before it falls. She quickly presses the cups to her lips.
Tony, you're still awake?
A sickening, ear-splitting screech is the only response. Astonished, Eva can hardly suppress her scream. What the fuck is going on? What is... The sound, just like electric timer in the art workshop attic. Her mom set it up so that the jarring sound would distract her from work every 3 hours. Reminds her that there are other people living in the house who she should spend time with. That, again, crazy ass life, bro. But why would that shriek next to her baby brother? She knows Tony would take the timer to his room. Tony is fucking gone. Eva hurries into his room and checks on him. The bed is empty. Eva throws up her hands. Tony rarely leaves his room at night. He always leaves a cup of water or milk on his nightstand before bed, so he won't have to go to the kitchen. And he would have passed Eva's room if he had gone to the bathroom. If nothing else, she definitely would have heard his footsteps. There's only one other place where Tony and her mom's alarm clock could be at the same time. It isn't something he normally does, but she can't think of a better explanation. So, like in her workshop, maybe?
What a silly boy. Why did you go to the workshop?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
He should know better. He'll have bad dreams if he looks at Mom's paintings.
I kind of want to see what these paintings look like, because this is... You're not the second person that said that her paintings are nightmare-inducing. They can influence even an adult's mind so terribly that there is always a nurse on standby at her exhibitions, ready to tend to the most impressionable visitors. What? What are you painting, lady? The thought of what Tony might see there horrifies Eva. She remembers how Ashley tossed and turned, unable to sleep after visiting the workshop during a sleepover, when she had complained about nightmares afterwards. Maybe the mom's paintings is also the reason why Eva was having nightmares when she was a kid, but she was able to cope with it better, obviously. If her brother sees those paintings, she'll be up all night distracting him from anxious thoughts. As for the next day, not even 2 stories will be enough.
Tony, what's up with the radio silence?
Not a single sound comes from the other side of the toy phone. Oh, wait, did he take the toy phone with him? Because in my mind, I'm thinking the toy phone is here. That's why I'm like, why is she talking? Like, go to the shop. Eva doesn't like it when Mom scolds her, and she likes it even less when the one being scolded is Tony. And her brother is 110% going to be punished for going into Mom's workshop without permission. Eva creeps into the hall and peers around carefully. Right, you need to make this trip. It ain't even about niggas getting in trouble no more. You need to make sure that bro don't go see those fucking paintings. Only now does she notice that the string leads towards the attic entryway. It's hard to discern on the first try, as it's lying right in line with the baseboard. Sorry. Oh, this is what she's talking about. I'm thinking like, I don't know. I'm thinking because usually when you see attics, like the fucking the way to get to the attic is usually especially in video games, it's usually like a hatch in the fucking ceiling, and you just pull it down and it steps. I'm sitting here thinking that this is just leading to like the second floor, and that she was gonna come down the steps for some reason. Eva timidly passes her parents' bedroom and hesitates by the stairs leading up to the second floor. Even there, a few of her mom's painting, unpleasant to look at, or maybe this is the steps to the second floor, are hung on the walls. Eva's used to them, but Tony still rushes past the hall, sometimes shutting his eyes tight. Their father has been planning to take them down or move them somewhere else, but doesn't want to upset his wife. He has no idea how to bring it up. So, the image of a woman pressing her palms to her face is still staring into the corridor with white eyes, a black silhouette splits on the left side of the stairs. I can't see, though. Oh! See, because like the light here is like so bright that like it's lighting up my screen, so I could barely even see it. But yeah, it definitely is like a fucking lady, and she has like her shit like this, but her eyes are like all white.
Tony, go downstairs while Mom's in the kitchen. Alright, I'm coming up, but if Mom catches us both, I'll get in trouble first, and I'll have every right to be mad at you, Tony. Who knows? Maybe you won't be getting an ice cream this weekend.
Maybe is crazy. You won't be getting one, nigga. Fuck you getting us in trouble for? She smiles and walks upstairs. It's really hard to stay angry at her little brother. Oh yeah, she's a relatively happy person, so. All over the stairs are slinkies of all colors. Tony is always playing with them on the stairs, racing them and setting them up like they're contestants. I mean, that's the only thing I've ever known to do with slinkies, and this is how my slinkies be looking when I was a kid. Yep, fucked up. All fucked up. All fucked up. All of them. I don't like how these niggas is staring at me, especially bro. Like, what's it's smoke? Rabbit Mo, a stitched up teddy bear named Pig, and shapeless stuff owl Eva bought at Autumn Fair. Whichever slinky wins spends the night in Tony's bed as a reward. That's probably why they fucked up. But Tony usually carefully cleans up after himself every night and puts the slinkies back in their signed boxes. The mess he's left tonight is completely inexplicable. And Tony isn't on the stairs. The phone string is laced through the gap under the door at the top. The nosy keep out, it says. I mean, these are like crazy ass pictures, bro. Eva switches the light on. A twisted light fixture flashes on, illuminating the workshop door and the sign hung on it. Inscription: keep out, nosy. It's not really what it says, but the words are written with an extremely beautiful script. Her mother's handwriting. A funny sketch of a three-headed dog guards the door. And I'm assuming that's this right here. We got a red one, a green one, and a blue one. Eva painted the hellhounds 2 years ago when she was into Greek mythology. Do we really need to click this, bro? Who the fuck don't know what a hellhound is? The three-headed dog from Greek mythology, a guardian of the gates to the underworld of Hades, often depicted with snakes on his neck and tail. Okay, that is not accurate, technically speaking. Cerberus is the three-headed dog that guards the gate. And I guess he's a hellhound, I guess. I don't know if all hellhounds are three-headed. You might be accurate on that. I mean, I don't know. I guess Cerberus would be considered a hellhound, because what else would he be? I never thought of Cerberus as 3 different colors, though. Her mother was delighted with her daughter, that her daughter liked paintings too, but it was Eva's last drawing. Why? The fuck? Door opened with ease, letting Eva into a short, narrow hallway full of crazy ass fucking drawings, bro, that I can barely see. The mother was usually scolding kids for coming in without permission. Eva had a rare chance to see new and failed works. But it isn't the kind of rule Eva's tempted to break. The older she got, the less she cared about her mom's paintings. It isn't the framed nightmares she wants to see, but the person who creates them. Yeah, the string is definitely going down the hallway. The paintings make a lasting impression on everyone. Some are enchanting, others are frightening. I mean, it's the fact that your mom got like fans that like really like this shit. A lot of them, it seems. Mom mostly paints people, or to be more precise, their emotions. Eva prefers painting of fairies, magic, and fantasies, or ordinary photographs. Literally everything her mom doesn't do. At least that kind of art doesn't make Eva wonder why an orphan who just been taken in by a family is crying amid their adoptive parents' shared joy, or why the wife of an unlucky worker is sad when he wins a considerable sum in the lottery. Why the wife of an unlucky worker is sad. At least the kind of art doesn't... Oh, I see what you're saying. These must be paintings that her mom did. Okay, I get it. She's saying like the drawings that Eva prefers doesn't make her do this shit, and then I'm assuming these are like descriptions of paintings that her mom did before. What was that? Taking a breath, Eva heads deeper into the workshop. The darkness thickens. It feels dense and sticky. Like, wait, is there no light in this fucking hallway? Like sticky like sweet jelly. With every moment that passes, it feels more distinct on the skin, tangling in her hair and staining her blouse in patches. I mean, if it's that like, what's the word? If it's that, humid in here, wouldn't the paintings, suffer as well? The light switch is right next to a painting depicting hunger. As she reaches for the switch, Eva thinks about touching the cold, sallow skin of the dying girl in the picture. Don't do that. Meanwhile, a self-portrait of her mother, who looks more like a shriveled up corpse than herself, rears back as if she's about to sink her loose teeth into Eva's fingers. I'm looking for the painting. Is she talking about... No, it's not this one. This is the dying girl. It can't be this one, right? Turn the light on. Oh. The lamp flickers frantically, choked by the darkness. Dad promised to fix the wiring a month ago, but so far he's only opened the breaker panel.
Perfect timing.
Alright, well, it seemed like Dad don't do shit. I mean, I want to give him the benefit of a doubt, bro, but like they're not giving me a lot of information about bro. And every time they do, it's like some shit that he forgot to do. Eva mumbles aloud just to hear the reassuring sounds of her own voice and to attract Tony's attention. Though her brother isn't naughty, sometimes he hides and waits for someone to find him, but only ever in his bedroom or Eva's.
Why in the world did he go to the workshop this late?
This is a good question. What the fuck is going on here? Eva begins to coil the string around her hand. The hopes that it's all just a dumb prank or a silly childish game shields her from her darkest thoughts. And yet, everything feels strange, wrong. It's nothing like she's used to. She wants the game to end with a stupid cry of boo from around the corner.
Tony must have hidden behind some old canvases or the curtain. There's nowhere else to hide in here, so finding him will be a piece of cake.
The music is crazy. In the darkness, she trips over one of the paintings.
Damn it!
Overcoming her ease, Eva realizes she's angry at Tony, at Dad, at Mom, the house, that wretched workshop where she can't even take a single step without tripping over some nightmare. It's like the frames, the rolled up canvases, and the stools are throwing themselves under her feet on purpose. Maybe they are. The Nameless. Let me see. Well, she's like smiling, so. An unfinished work. A happy woman is carrying a puppy wrapped in sheets. I thought I heard somebody crying. So I'm like, hold up. In the void, it depicts a broken woman who's lost her baby in childbirth. The heartbroken mother has sunk to the floor, wrapping her arms around her stomach. A pool of blood is spread beneath her. So she had like a miscarriage, I'm assuming. Right. What else do you want me to check? I'm clicking. Such were to especially successful exhibitions. Once her mom even took her art to a personal show in Indianapolis. Apparently, that's why she's been painting more and more. The sadness, pain, and tragedy of an ordinary person resonates the most with her audience. I mean, that's fair. It's kind of, I mean, it's art, bro. It's just this one. He wouldn't be behind this, though. The Old Fisherman. It's a silhouette of an old man on a pier. And if you look closely, you can see that he has neither fishing rods nor gear, only a single knife. The water around the man's feet, dispersed into the lake, is a crimson hue. The fish have fed his family for years. Maybe he's decided to return the favor. Oh, that's crazy as fuck. Suddenly, Eva realizes there's something wrong with the paintings. Her mother usually paints people's features and facial expressions in intricate detail to convey the most valuable aspect of our art, emotions. But now the paintings are a mess of paint instead of faces, as they've been ruined by smearing them with wet palms.
Tony, you better come out. This isn't funny. Both of us are gonna be punished if Mom...
This one's crazy. This one right here isn't. Oh, I thought this was eyeballs. They better get hit by a car. This is how I be feeling at work sometimes. I'll be like, bro, don't talk to me. Sometimes. The string coiled up around Eva's hand tightened.
That's better. Now to see where it leads.
Okay, so we're reaching like the climax, whatever that is. Wherever that is. And I guess we'll... Oh, I'm like, who's Shadow? Eva slowly paces through the workshop, feeling the pervasive blackness on her skin. Nameless, unfinished, and spoiled paintings stare at her from all corners. Walls, wall hooks, and sloping shelves like abandoned children. Did the shit just tug at her? Somehow, the disfigured places are still visible in the gloom, as if Mom added phosphorus to the painting. Oh, like see in the dark, like glow in the dark type shit. Seeing all those flickering silhouettes creep Eva out. The fear crawls under her skin, like hundreds of insects. It bites into her bones with its icy teeth and sucks out the heat. That caught me a little bit, bro. Because I'm sitting here, like, just waiting to read the next shit. I be forgetting that this is actually a horror game. For a split second, a flash of lightning illuminates the room. Eva falls into the floor in shock. Oh yeah, this is also on the Steam page. What she sees defies any logical explanation. The string, vibrating with tension, leads directly into a thick, darkness clad in gilded frame, like a pool of dark water swallowing the toy. The easel stands in the very center of the room, though Eva could have swore it wasn't there a moment ago. It feels like the unfinished paintings on the shelves are closing in. The painted figures patiently staring at her. I mean, they are kind of moving, bro. The string twitches and squirms in her grip, becoming hard to hold with every second. Eva struggles to breathe. Fear floods her body, tightening around her limbs and tangling her thoughts. I didn't mean to say thoughts like that. She hesitantly raises her eyes and looks deep into the inky black painting. Instantly, a weave of cold air washes over her, and a spray of tiny droplets hit her face. A bitter, biting wind blows from the bottomless canvas. Its gusts carry an icy drizzle. It's raining somewhere. The painting absorbs the light cast from the window. Eva stares in horror at her hand as the ill-fated string cuts into it. Oh shit. For a second, she's tempted to get rid of it, to chop it off with a knife. But what if it's the last thread connecting her to Tony? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, under normal circumstances, you would just let it go and let it be what it is. But she gotta go get her brother, so she dare not approach the painting. Doubts bombard her as the sticky fear muddles her mind. Run, stay. We gotta go get our brother, bro. You stayed in the workshop. Are you sure? I guess. I mean, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? We gotta go get bro. Eva gently pulls on the cup. On the other side of the painting, someone or something pulls the string frantically in response. A plea for help. Defenses before an unknown threat. Despair saturates every movement. Once, she promised to protect Tony from any danger, real or imaginary. And until tonight, she never broken that vow. And Tony promised never to let anything happen to Eva either. Once he grows up, of course. Though she can't see or hear him, her thoughts reach out to him, to their happiest moments together. Warm memories of Tony's childhood pop into her head, shielding Eva from an impending madness. Oh shit, here we go. Their ecstatic father announcing that she's going to have a little brother. Eva thoroughly prepares for his appearance, arranging bouquets of wildflowers and cutting out cardboard stars and rabbits. Look at little Eva, bro. Before going to bed, she dreams of how they'll rewatch the Never-Ending Story together. This sounds familiar. A fantasy film about a boy who discovers a mysterious book and is transported to a world of Fantasia where he rides the dragon Falcor and saves the kingdom from the nothing. This sounds familiar, but I don't know that I ever watched this shit. Sorry, I had to go put more time on the dryer. Washing clothes and stuff. Anyways, yeah. I don't think I ever actually watched this, but I've definitely heard of it. The baby arriving, joyful and bright. I'm in the frame, right? Freaking barely. This nigga got smile lines as a baby? It's crazy. The baby arriving, joyful and bright, as if from a fairy tale world. He laughed in his cradle, looked at his sister. He sticked his hand out and grabbed Eva's, his tiny palm clutching her finger, surprisingly tight. Yeah, bro, when a baby grabs something, it's fucking hard to get it from him. Playing together among loose snowdrifts magically driven in on Christmas Eve. What the fuck is a snowdrift? Like a snowstorm? Tony tires quickly and constantly follows, his blue boots lifting to the sky. He whimpers, but Eva picks him up and carries him on her shoulders. He laughs and hugs her with warm palms. I was definitely like, what do you mean he keeps falling over? He's on her shoulder. And now, amid the nightmare that has desecrated their home, Eva silently begs Tony to grab the string as tightly as he used to squeeze her fingers and never let go. In return, she swears she'll give him 100 slinkies of every color of the rainbow, mountains of lollipops, clouds of cotton candy, which Mom forbids him from eating, anything to keep Tony's fingers tight. Groaning, Eva yanks on the string. The painting replies with another gust of icy wind and a spiral of drizzle that covers the workshop floor with dirty marks of, as if it's not water but paint. Sorry. What? The droplets fly in all directions, staining the neighboring paintings and sketches. When a few splashes hit the canvas, the paintings come to life and begin to change. Holy shit! The young and the old, men and women already frozen in unimaginable poses are losing their natural appearance. Their arms grow longer. New joints contort their fingers. Their legs bend in wrong places, directions, as if they're locusts and faces. As if they're locusts and their faces. What was a shapeless mess I wasn't paying attention at first. I'm not even gonna lie. Shit is changing, boy. This wasn't like this. This nigga wasn't like this. I'm not entirely sure what changed up here. What was a shapeless mess a moment ago is now morphing into mutilated features. They look like careless sketches, distorting the emotions Eva's mother intended to depict, revealing them from another previously invisible angle. They kind of, especially this nigga, they kind of look like the little monster ghost, whatever the fuck's from Alan Wake, the first one. Eva tugs the string hard. Somebody is talking. She puts everything into it, her desperation, love, and fury at the nightmare swallowing their home into a bubbling depth. Whatever lurks on the other side of that canvas, it will not take her baby brother. She will always protect him, always save them from nightmares. And she's not about to let anyone hurt him now. No matter what monsters, real or unreal, come crawling out.
I won't give him up. Never.
Facts. And her mother's collection of black pearls surrenders. What? The disfigured people in the painting curiously observe what's happening, perhaps even delighted in her struggle, but Eva's afraid that if she looks back, she'll lose her mind. Oh. Okay. See, when they said like droplets like spraying out, I thought it was like just that. I didn't think it was like fucking full belt. She takes one step forward, then another. The otherworldly wind gust makes her sway, dousing her in the pungent scent of paints and solvents. It knocks the wind out of her. Her heart almost stops, skipping a few beats before hammering against her chest once again. Her shirt is so wet, growing tight and uncomfortable. Sweat pours off her face and freezes on her cheek. But Eva doesn't listen to her inner voice. Slowly, as if stuck in resin, she waves through the congealed air towards the painting and the gilded frame. Bro, look at this nigga, bro. The string of her fingers turns sticky and vicious, soaked in a glossy liquid. Oh! Something heavy attached to the opposite end slips across the floor. Eva's mind wails and begs her to turn away and run to shield herself from the door, but she can't. Pull it again. Fuck it. The mysterious catch inches closer. Her finger touches something soft, wet. Strands of disturbing substance cling to her hands. Hair. It's heavily smeared with scarlet. I spit a little bit, sorry. A puddle of the stunningly rich red begins to spread across the floor. It's almost flaming in the dark. Well, Eva collapsed to her knees and wrapped her arms around the decapitated head of her kindest and most innocent human she has ever known. The toy phone string hangs down, hooked into the crevices of his vertebrae. It looks like someone had ripped his head off his body as easy as turning the cap off a ballpoint pen. Tony's eyes are as cloudy and as empty as a fish's. His mouth is frozen in a death wail. Black blood oozes from his nostrils. It's red, but okay. It's unimaginable, cruel, unfair. No world can be so brutal as to let something like that happen. Not even in stories. Not with Tony. Not with her baby brother.
No.
I did not mean to do that, sorry. She said no way. No way, she said. She sways, feeling neither the cold nor the droplets drizzling out from the painting in the gilded frame.
This can't be happening. It's hypnosis, hallucinations, blood, witchcraft, or someone's imagination. Thorium intent.
Eva suddenly realizes that a painting of her sitting in the middle of the studio and cradling Tony's head would look great in her mother's new collection. Tragedy and pain, fear and tears. People would be glad to buy it, showering the artist with praise. Yeah, bro, they lose their fucking minds over a painting like that, apparently. I mean, look at all the other shit she was selling. They would rapturously stare at Eva's lips, contorted with grief, her eyes wet with tears, her gnarled fingers frozen on Tony's mutilated flesh. They would admire her expression, worked with torment and tension so great that she felt like a weary old woman trapped in a child's body. This is fucking crazy, bro. The horror that thought evokes is sobering.
I can't just sit back and wait for another terrible thing to happen so that I won't be able to change or forget it. I have to get away, run, save myself and our parents.
Okay, but like, what is your intention? What do you do in a situation like this? You can't go to like your parents because they're gonna be like, what the fuck? You can't go to the cops because they're gonna blame you or your parents. You can't just fucking leave because then they're gonna be like, it was you. What do you do in a situation like this? Many of the heroes that inspire Eva so much had tough challenges. It always seemed impossible to defeat hordes of creepy creatures, escape an insidious trap, or cheat death even. But if you don't retreat or give up, if you make progress towards your goal, if you don't retreat or give up, if you make progress towards your goal, no one can. A flash of light floods the room, followed by a shuddering thunderclap. Reality is a lot different from fictional stories, no matter how good or full of morals they are. And the fear is different too. It's impossible to hide from it by simply closing the book or turning the TV off. Yeah, true. Although in some cases you can just walk away from it. Some cases. The paintings come to life. Apparently, literally. The characters liberate themselves from the captivity of canvases and frames. The paint transforms into skin and flesh. The subjects look almost like people. All except for their distorted proportions, some becoming even more deformed. But the worst part is that the unfinished paintings with inhabitants still capable of moving. They crawl out, jump like toads, hobble forward on stick-straight legs. They lack heads and limbs. The sketches turn into awful wounds, bloodless and dry. Barely moving, Eva takes one last look at her brother's head. It's real.
I'm sorry, my little boy. I can't stay with you anymore. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry too that this loud ass fucking truck is just outside and ruining my video. Eva drops the head and slowly gets to her feet. The paintings in the gilded frame now reach all the way to the ceiling. Holy moly. The wind and splashes of thick blackness have ceased sloshing out of it. Instead, brushstrokes start materializing amid the inky, impenetrable abyss. Crimson and gray, a little white, green, and buckets of red. Eva steps back. She knows exactly who will be in that painting.
Don't you dare. Whoever you are, don't you dare.
Ain't no way. But the invisible artist is unstoppable. It relishes his power. To them, Eva and her unlucky brother's lives are more worthless than oil paint. It will finish. Wipe the... Is this her brother, bro? This is fucked up. Wipe the brush clean and forget all the miserable siblings. Just a little time and dozen heartbeats seem to come by. The canvas revealed a small, headless, skinny body, tightened into dirty pajamas. Dead Tony in the middle of the workshop. But he isn't centered. It's missing a detail. Next to him, there's just enough space for one 14-year-old girl. Maybe she'll be mourning. Maybe she'll be bloated corpse, unable to escape the workshop alive. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. If I wasn't making a joke, that would have caught me a little bit more. I didn't even see you, bro. I saw a nigga right here. The instant the last stroke draws, the disfigured bodies turn to Eva. She can't see their faces or eyes, but she knows they're looking at her. Is the nigga up top too? The bodies lurch forward. Oh my goodness, bro. Look at this nigga, long neck ass boy. The bodies lurch forward to her to bury her forever in a coffin of canvases and paints. Oh my goodness, nigga, you look worse than bro right here. It's like I'm looking at fucking Titans from Attack on Titan. Eva shrieks so loudly that her cry should not only wake her parents, but their neighbors as well. But the house only answers with silence. The girl rushes to the workshop door, but it's jammed shut and the handle won't budge. Put down the handle. Pull it. Pull it! Pull it! What's wrong with you? Shadow slithers closer. They don't make a sound, but from her periphery, Eva can see a revolting crowd of revived characters. They're in no rush. They know Eva has nowhere to run. Now it's their home, their exhibit, and sooner or later, their magnum opus will be complete. Please. The door surrenders and slams into the wall behind it. I'm out of here! Eva flies downstairs and pauses in the hall, sucking in a deep breath. The word in her eyes ripple and fades away, as if distorted by television static.
Dad! Daddy!
The scream sinks in the emptiness of the house, like a stone falling into a deep well. No echo, no response, not even a ripple. Only a deathly silence.
Help me, Dad!
I like how she yells out for dad and not mom. The wall devours every word.
Dad's sleeping too deep. Otherwise, he'd definitely hear me. And Mom, she must have fallen asleep by the coffee pot.
She probably did. Eva clenches her fist helplessly. There's no time. But nothing is enough to wake her parents. Oh, I just realized niggas is coming out these two. Girl, if you don't run to their rim and bam on the door, what you talking about? Or like, I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. By this point, I'd have been out the house. Mom and dad, they SOL. Yeah, I should have woke up when I was screaming. Don't get mad at me now when they fucking unaliving you and putting you in the painting. That's on you. You should have woke up. Eva suspected her mother is gifted with some kind of supernatural power. The kind that leads people to unknown paths, to where nightmares live, to where only prophets and ancient witches dare tread. It's so funny because she literally does not remember what happened in the shed. And this is literally what happened. I'm assuming this happened because of what happened in the shed. They watched the video. The VHS. An hour earlier, she would have never believed it. But after what she witnessed in the workshop, seeking inspiration, her mother has found something forbidding and let it loose. Eva can't convince herself it was an accident.
Mom must be in the kitchen. Otherwise, I would have already run into her here or in the workshop. I'll have to wake her up first. And then together we can...
Oh, something clatters on the stairs. Why are you still standing here? Why are you not already down the steps? Sensing their prey escaping, the human-like beast sped up. The first is crawling downstairs, leaning against the wall with hacked-off limbs. Oh yeah, that nigga right there, that nigga's the threat. I ain't worried about bro right here. He's the equivalent to like a Black Ops 2 zombie. At the end of the round when we need to go do shit, we shoot his legs off. That's what you are. This nigga right here, he's a threat. This nigga right here, I don't know yet. One glimpse of the monstrosity is enough to forget any exhaustion, panting, or headache. Yeah, bro, you get your second win. I'm out of here, bro. Fucking adrenaline take over. Eva rushed towards her parents' room. In the dimness, she trips and all but smashes her nose. Damn. But the pain of falling is the least of her concerns. Just like she did after watching horror movies or creepy cartoons as a child, she rushed through the darkness hall into her parents' room. Nowhere in the world was safer than their bed. Laughing, her father would build a cozy pillow fort where she could hide from any ghosts or critters. Dad was always there for them, helping as much as he could until work swallowed him whole. Damn, so both of your parents is just workaholics? That's crazy. Even Ashley wanted a treehouse. Dad never asked why. He just needed to know what they wanted it to look like and where to bring the boards. The kids wanted to go on a trip to the farm by the lake. He helped them pack, bought them snacks, and reminded them to stay away from the water. He even gave Brian a homemade baseball bat and a knowing wink. Dad never lied to her or let her down. She's always been able to count on him.
Dad's here somewhere. He's strong. He'll protect me. He'll fight them off.
You need to run to the room. How doesn't matter. She just wants to snuggle up to someone close, warm, and alive. Someone without that otherworldly stench.
Daddy? He must be somewhere here. Even if Mom's still sitting in the kitchen, he's definitely catching Z's now because he gets up for work at 5 a.m.
If you don't see him, you need to run to the kitchen. If you know for a fact that your mom is in the kitchen, that's where you need to be. Because the last thing she said was, I'm going to get some milk and then I'm going to bed.
Dad? Where are you?
Eva grabs the bed and pulls herself up. But in her haste, she's forgotten that the workshop is not the only... Ain't the only place that hangs her paintings. The bedroom is decorated with luxurious canvases some Central European weirdo once ordered and even partially paid for. As a kid, when Eva was still slightly interested in art, she used to love sitting in her dad's armchair and gazing at that painting. In it, an aristocratic family competing in the sophistication of their wigs and the brightness of their makeup are gathered around a long table ready to eat. Well, they're supposed to anyway. But Mom viewed their feast a little differently. The men and women sit gloomily at an empty table. A huge plate lies before them, devoid of anything but a handful of wheat spattered with blood. The big picture window in the background reveals a view of scorched fields, the blackened remains of burnt houses, and the peasants' broken mills. Eva didn't really know what the clan was looking for. He had certainly been unhappy with the way her mother had depicted his family. Well, if you know what kind of fucking art she does, and you go to commission art from her, what did you think she was going to do? That's why the picture has been even more insulting details now, like a servant wielding a log to fight off a pair of field rats. What? Compared to her mother's other works, Eva liked this one, but today, dangling off the canvas are her father's legs, floundering in a pathetic attempt to escape captivity. I wasn't expecting this. Lunging forward, Eva grabs her father's shins, but that split second of hesitation is just enough for the painting to completely swallow the strongman. The painting turns hazy, then mutates. Oh, when they said wheat, I thought they meant like the actual shit. Just I don't know what I thought. I thought it was like the flour. I imagine a wheat flour just on the fucking platter with blood on it, bro. Like the actual wheat flour. I wasn't expecting like flour you get from the bag. They look mad as shit. Like, what the fuck is this, bro? And bro over here fighting off fucking rats for some reason. This is about to be their dinner. Is that what this is? Hold up. If I take a screenshot. Okay, cool. I didn't read what that said. My apologies. Look at this nigga now, bro. Where the rats go? They over here eating good food too. Look, you hear them? Oh yeah, they feasting, bro. RP to Pops. The head of the family is sharpening a knife, and the guests leer at the cannibalistic feast, clutching exquisite forks with plump fingers. Even the rats wait under the table. That's where they went. That's crazy. Hoping to grab a scrap or two. I mean, rats will literally eat anything, bro. The air is awash with sickening odor of paint, solvent, barbecue. Eva grimaces in terror. She wants to howl, groan, call for help, but she can only spit out unintelligible sounds, like a sheep trying to bleat after its throat is slashed open. Everything precious to her has disappeared into a goddamn nightmare. Her brothers laugh, weekend walks with mom and dad, the comfortable home her parents devoted years to creating. The paintings have all taken that away. Well, we don't know what the fuck happened to mom yet, so. But what happened to them? What bloody backwoods, sorry, has her mother's talent led her to? After all, she painted them. She put a piece of her soul into each of them. And she liked telling her audience at exhibitions anyway.
What kind of soul does she really have?
We're going on 3 hours. This game is supposed to be like an hour and 30 minutes, bruh. The very idea hurts. Worse yet, Eva doesn't even want to see her mother anymore. She can't bring herself to run to the kitchen and tell her what happened. I mean, yeah, because your mom's probably gonna look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, go to bed. It makes no sense. Her mother made her choice, and that choice killed Dad and Tony. And if Eva doesn't escape and tell someone, she'll be next. She has to. Even if people think she's crazy, she doesn't care.
If Mom wants to live in a world of madness and cruelty, there's no saving her. You chose the company of your paintings. You love them harder than your own kids. So stay with them. Forever.
It's crazy that she's actually just blaming the mom for this shit when the mom ain't had nothing to do with this shit, bro. Yeah, the mom was a workaholic, but so was Pops. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to, I guess, afford a life for the kids or whatever. I understand that to a certain degree. She's also a kid, though. And logically, right, if you don't remember what happened in that shed, then your next logical explanation is, well, mom's painted the drawings, the painting, so she must have been on some creepy shit. This must be her fault.
To the front door, now.
I agree. Get out of here. The keys are always hanging on a decorative key holder her father made for work. It's an exact replica of their house, made with love and attention to every detail. But now the keys are nowhere to be found. They were not on the dressing room shelves, the phone table, or under the rug. Just leave. Desperate, Eva kicked the damn door, the last barrier between life and death. So the door is locked from the inside? The door feels like a solid brick wall. Dad put so much time and effort into making it strong and sturdy to protect his family from anything outside. He couldn't have imagined that the real danger would come from within. Now, that very same door is sealing Eva inside a house of nightmares.
It won't budge. No. Am I never gonna get out of here?
She looks around helplessly, searching for another escape route. Suddenly, her gaze lands on the most useless thing in her house. The dog door. Eva has always dreamed of having as many pets as possible, but since her parents' death, and all the tears she shed for him, her parents had been afraid to bring any new pets home. So I'm going to assume that like the previous inhabitants had a dog, because why else would you have a doggy door? But last year, after Eva ranked among the top 5 students in her class, instead of giving her a gift, her father cut out this pet door, a hint that seemed, oh, okay.
I can squeeze through. Tony always gets in and out easily when he's pretending to be a dog. If he can do it, I can too.
I mean, you're pretty small looking, so yeah, you probably could. What is going on? Oh. Eva drops to her knees and crawls to the door. It's hard to squeeze her whole body in, so she puts her right hand through and pushes with her legs.
Just a bit farther now.
The smell of rain-soaked soil and pavement hit her nose. The rain relentlessly lashes against the porch and the roof of the car parked by the garage, gathered in murky torrents in the gutter. The air feels damp and clean. No trace of the workshop's suffocating stench. Even the night seems surprisingly bright. Paintings and painted monsters have no place outside. If they dare follow her, surely the rain will finish them off, dissolving them and smashing them against the pavement. I mean, you would think so, right?
Push again.
She's no more than a foot away from the salvation when she feels a foul touch. Oh boy. Something wet, sticky, and hot wraps around her left wrist. The air fills with the suffocating smell of paint and solvent, but they're quickly blotted out by the reek of a large, sweaty body. Monster. This must be the big ass one that was coming through the door. The big monster. The monster grasps hold Eva firmly in place, not permitting her to move so much as an inch forward. She clings to the half-open dog door, and spins around. I'm sorry if I gotta keep getting close, bro, but like the fucking glare on my screen, bro, because it's dark now at this point. I literally started recording this shit at like 4 o'clock. It's damn near 8. And the brightness of a street light. Not that I'm complaining. I'm slightly complaining because now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna cut this shit out. She faces a formless darkness. Before her eyes, the darkness splits into pieces. She'd rather go blind than see this nightmare come to life. Does she got like a knife on her perchance? Because I would just cut the tongue. The hallway resembles a black hole hollowed out by a massive larva. Inside, something heavy wheezes and trudges closer until finally, Eva discerns the horrifying figure. Discerns is interesting because even now, if I was in her position, I wouldn't even be able to sit here and actually discern what the fuck I'm looking at. It would take me a few minutes, and by that point, I'd be dead. A gelatinous fat body trembles in the darkness. It's hard to guess what the creature used to be. Now it's hideously swollen. The chef's apron covering his stomach is all but bursting. Gnarled arms sprout from its pallid flesh on its back. Like I told, the bottom of its mouth spills out a long tongue, which coils around Eva's wrist. Letting out a strangled sob, Eva tries to free her hand. This nigga is like holding his mouth open with his hands, but the tongue won't let go. It bites into her skin, sucking on it with a horrible gnawing sound. I'm not gonna lie, Eva, you might be RIP. I apologize for the shit that I selected, because clearly that was not the right shit to keep you alive. The fat monster shudders and drools lustfully.
Get your hands off me, fiend!
Man got like 6 hands, bro. Eva yanks her hand again. For a moment, it seems like the monster grip has loosened. Her muscle aches from the strain, and her fingers hurt, but she keeps fighting. Attention, get ready. What? What? QTEs? Down. Left. Up. Up. I fucked up. Never mind. I just got a trophy that said I did it right, so. The creature's tongue slips away, and with a wet clack, it's sucked back into its maw. Okay, your face is now. I can see it more now. The small victory gives Eva a burst of strength and agility. She dives back through the pet door, writhing like a snake. Yep. Drop down, get your eagle on, bro. Get through that door. And slides outdoors. Let's go. The beast's tongue flies out of his mouth again, but this time it hits the door. The monster howls and flounders in a helpless rage. But Eva can't see or hear it anymore. The rain shelters her from the nightmares of the place. Y'all see this shit, right? It's a TV. Yo! That was a fire-ass edit, bro. That was fire. I'm sorry, bro. That was fire. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck going on with the screen? That was fire. Then the world dissolves into a static noise, flooding her eyes and blurring her vision. A moment later, Eva's back in the shed, staring at the rippling screen. So wait, that never happened? Yo. Yo. And she got the bruise. You save Ava. Let's go. Let's go. And here I was thinking that when I played this game, we was gonna lose a lot of characters. We save Eva. I'm going to assume that every episode is going to be like one of the characters, and then episode 5, I'm assuming is going to be obviously the climax, and maybe in episode 5 they finally figure it out and fucking get rid of the, I don't know, the fucking the tape, right? Maybe they go to destroy it and that brings everyone back or something like that. I don't know. Who's to say it has a good ending? Literally yesterday, in yesterday's video, I told you about how I learned as a kid in school that there's not always a good ending, bro. And this might be one of those games, just like last game. What was it? Not Like Them, I think was the name of the game. Chapter 2. Go watch it. Assuming nothing changes, cue the outro. All right, y'all, I'm ending right there. That does it for Pink Noise chapter 1. Right, that was a long ass chapter, bro. I imagine all the chapters are probably gonna be that long. I don't really think it had anything to do with me yapping, bro. I think the chapter is actually just that long, bro. Because I initially looked it up and it shit said 1 hour to 1 hour and 30, and I'm thinking, okay, we could do that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like Telltales, right? I don't think I yapped enough for it to, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going on 3 hours. I could see if it was like 1 hour and 50 or something like that, then I'm like, all right, I did like 20 minutes of fucking yapping. No, there ain't no way in the world I just did 1 hour and 30 minutes of yapping, because I ain't even talked that much in this episode. Like I usually do, because I mean, a lot of it did it for me. And so yeah, I don't know when chapter 2 comes out, no fucking idea, or episode 2, no idea. Maybe it's soon, maybe it ain't. Whenever it comes out, I guess we'll give this another go. I don't know when I'm gonna edit this. Is this 8 o'clock, bro? And I'm gonna be real with you, this ain't coming out today. It'll probably come out tomorrow. I'll make a post literally right after I'm done with this. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm getting a lot better, edit this video. Whenever I get around to it. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow, maybe it'll come out Tuesday, who knows, bro. It's gonna take me a long time to edit this shit, and as you know, I have to work. Love each and every one of you guys. Go to 10K until we reach it, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace. Hopefully, my thumbnail will be done by the time I actually get done editing this shit, and I won't have to wait for the thumbnail, but we'll see. I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.